you're too talented. Like, I've always seen, bro, when we were kids, my brother used to take the drawers in my grandmother's house and fix them. They were broken, bro,
with a nail and hammer.
He's always been like great leader when it comes to like working the crew and shit. So I'm like, bro, you got this, dude. You pick up the book, page 1, Michael Jordan made it, won 7 championships, the end.
Yeah.
Close the book.
No.
Who's buying that book? The what's in the middle of that story are the hurdles. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I don't care about, don't tell me about the wins. I want tell me how you got through the losses.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Burn Down Podcast. In the stew, we have 2 guests, 2 brothers. These gentlemen are Elias and Brandon from Silverback Contracting, some New York City contractors in the building. Boys, what's going on? Welcome to the Burn Down.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, guys. It's a pleasure.
It's the first podcast you guys are.
First time ever.
Perfect. I love it. I love always having.
Excited.
I love popping the cherries on the podcast. You know what I mean?
You never forget moments like this, I tell you that.
Come on. Now, every time you do a podcast, or if you ever think about a podcast, you think about us.
100%.
See? That's special. That's special.
Dude, it's once I can't wait to get into the flow of this thing because like I said, once you dive in, you're like 15-20 minutes in, you look down, you're like, oh wow, 15 minutes in, then you start talking, then another 15 minutes goes by, but you look by and you're like, it's 2-hour mark. You're like, what the heck just happened?
So we're starting at 4:45. You'll see it be like 7:30. You'd be like, holy shit, where did the fucking time go? So Elias and Brandon, we met a couple weeks ago at the Carnegie Club, our favorite cigar lounge in the city here, and I was like, yeah, you guys would be a great guest. Brothers starting up your own contracting business about 6 years ago, right?
5 years ago.
5 years ago. Crushing it already, doing well. So we kind of want to hear the story about how you guys started, what happened, not what happened, but growing up in Staten Island, moving to wherever you guys are now, what you guys did in the past, kind of like a little autobiography.
Yeah, we're going to go through the whole... I want to hear your whole life story.
Right.
The first question, though, is who's the older brother?
He's the older brother.
You're the older brother.
Yeah.
By how much?
2 years.
2 years. Okay, so like me and my brother. Mm-hmm. Got it. All right. So was he a good big brother growing up?
Yeah. So
how many times he beat the shit out of you?
we never had that dynamic. Believe it or not.
Or how many people did you guys beat up together?
We did fight each other.
We did fight each other.
But
yeah.
My dad handled it quick.
Yeah. Okay.
You started it and your dad ended it.
Yeah.
For both.
So like, okay, so we were like always kind of, we never were taught to like beat each other up. We were always like good friends, and if we did, it was only body shots.
Yeah, true.
No, never don't touch the moneymaker, okay?
No.
Body shots, man.
But like growing up, you know, like I was like a big troublemaker in school. So like there was like a couple of times where I started trouble with like people like that were in his age group, and like he would have to like he stepped in one time and he finished it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The kid was just way bigger than me.
Yeah,
just
see,
not fair.
That's funny because it's
I'll never forget that moment. Ever.
Now 2 years is like 2 years is not much of a difference, but when you're in high school
it's a
and
big
one person's a freshman and the other person's a junior,
it's a big
that
deal.
2 years
it's enormous.
is a big difference for guys.
But you know what? We never split apart ever.
Yep.
Through all the years of school, we always stuck together. All our same friends, everything together. If I had events, I'd invite him. He has events, he invites me.
Always. Yeah.
It's like that's why I love having a brother. It's like a built-in best friend.
Best friend.
If you get along.
If you get along.
If you get along.
Yeah. If you get the keyword if, which hopefully
It's pretty rare.
Yeah.
No, because I think we were talking about that. How like I'm very close with my brothers. I was telling you guys stories. You guys were telling me how close you are, and we were saying like, yeah, it's not. And I hear stories like, oh yeah, I haven't seen my brother in 20 years, or I don't talk to my brother.
I don't get along with him.
Yeah. So it's important.
That's more. It's more usual than I feel like than normal. But when you have a best friend, like I never had to go out to look for friends because I always had a best friend.
Yeah.
And then like whoever his friends were, like it's like, all right, fuck it, we got a new friend.
You kind of already have that click, right? And I imagine it works where, okay, let's say you were a sophomore and you were in middle school still, and now you're coming in as a freshman. You already got a click that I'm in. Yeah, I have my friends, but now I'm a freshman in high school. I don't really got to worry about.
Right.
You're already welcome.
I already got an upperclassman on my side. So, see, I didn't grow up. I had 3 sisters. So, I had 1 sister and then 2 stepsisters. So I was a house full of women. But my best friend lived.
That's not bad either. Growing up.
Well, I was just never at home. I was out. Like, you guys deal what you're doing. I'm going. I went to my buddy's next door, who's my best friend. He was a year older than me, so it's very similar, and he was like the brother that I never had. Same scenario. But anyway, so do you have? By the way, do you have the poker?
You know what? I don't know where the hell it went. I lost it.
You lost it, son of a.
There's the lighter.
Yeah, I know. I need a poker.
I don't know where that poker went. I don't know if I lost it or if I just left it at home.
Yeah.
No, I have a. I think I have a root or a little knot, but that's all right. Ask a question.
Go get a pen.
I'm gonna get it.
All right, so you boys. So you guys grew born and raised Staten Island, correct?
Not we didn't. We weren't born in Staten Island. We were born in Queens. Then moved to Staten Island
Got it.
after maybe around 2001 ish.
Oh shit. Okay.
And then from there on, we
So
still
raised
there.
in Staten Island.
Raised in Staten
Raised
Island.
in Staten
Yes.
Island for sure.
Born in Queens, raised in Staten Island. All right. And did you guys like living on Staten Island? I feel like it's kind of like a tight knit. Like everyone knows a lot of people. Like everyone over there.
I think it's cool when you're going to school because you meet people.
Mm-hmm.
Growing in there after school, maybe it'd be a little different.
A little bit different
You know?
because it's not everyone's so like social. Yeah,
No.
yeah. I can see that.
In the beginning, there was a lot of resistance, and then which caused like a lot of fights when you're in school. Like you have to kind of prove yourself, and that's kind of like what happened with me, at least. And then little by little, everybody just starts to just kind of get cool with you because you're just one of the guys in the neighborhood now. But in the beginning, when you first moved from Queens to Staten Island, they're like, who the hell is this kid?
Yeah.
And then it creates a little bit of a rift, but you iron it out.
Did you guys move before or after 9/11?
After.
After. Was that one reason why or no?
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's
But it just around that time it happened.
yeah, no, for sure. I remember my father actually flew the day of 9/11, and then the next month I see pictures of and I don't remember, I was a little kid, but we're in Disneyland in October of 2001. I was like, Dad, you flew us to Disneyland a month after 9/11? And he's like, me and your mom sat down and we said, what should we do? Should we let these fucking terrorists ruin our family vacation, or should we just go and do it? And we said, fuck it, let's just go and do it. And I was
They
like,
probably paid all this money too.
well, yeah, if you know how much Disney, I mean, you guys are fathers, you know how much
Yeah, but
shit
but
costs.
what probably happened is they probably got on that plane and it was empty.
Yeah.
Probably.
Empty.
Dude,
they
did
probably
you
had the
just-
smoothest flight ever.
I just saw United posted something yesterday,
Yeah.
which my family flies United. They're
Saw
making the whole aisle seat a bed now. They're
Yeah.
offering that.
You can buy a bench. It turns into a full bench.
So you buy the whole row, and the seats lift up, and then they put an inflatable mattress, and they lay it down,
Damn.
and you got a
Really?
bed.
I wonder how much
nice.
that costs.
Yeah.
It might be cheaper to just go first class.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Fucking bench.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I want to know what the regulations are. Like, if the seatbelt sign's on, you can't put the bench down.
Yeah,
You know
so
what
it
I'm
has
saying?
to be long distance.
I'm gonna be getting up and down on the way to
Well,
Florida.
I remember seeing them. They were trying to test the idea of standing room on airplanes.
Saw that too, dude.
Who wants to do that?
Oh my god!
What are
Yeah,
they
you're having
gonna-
some
yeah.
serious issues over there.
It'd be
with the
nice to have a
diligence.
little area to stand for a few minutes,
No, but just the seat. Your
Oh, no,
seat
no.
was like, instead of you sitting, it
No,
was like,
no,
A standing seat.
yeah, standing seat. And it's like, all right,
Imagine you getting caught in like the traffic before you take off.
Yeah, no.
That's like an hour and a half sometimes. That's miserable.
yeah. Where are you gonna sit? You gotta sit on the floor and with all the dirty dirt and grimy and shit. Hell no.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
listen.
yeah, we're good.
I flew in during the holidays. I was not impressed, bro. I'm gonna I don't know what I'm gonna do. I hate flying as it is, but it's just I don't know. It's just the whole vibe. Everything is just too much.
I feel like after COVID, airlines have just been
Bro,
shit.
So there's like a process.
Nobody wants to work.
Nobody wants to work, and I just feel like pricing, customer service. I don't know. I just feel like the whole industry after COVID has just been terrible.
You know what I don't understand though is the whole this government shutdown that's going on with now the TSA people don't want to work because they work for the government and they're not getting paid. I'm like, you know how arrogant you got to be as one of these government officials that you guys can't agree on some stupid bill that you want to F up everybody's day-to-day lives in America because you guys can't agree on a bill, so you want to shut down the whole government, so now nobody wants to get paid, but they still got to get forced to go to work. Meanwhile, you can just sit on your ass, say yay or nay left and right on these bills. Like, you know how arrogant you got to be?
Yeah, it's not.
Fuck that shit.
Yeah,
Fuck that shit.
You guys, why does the government have to shut down? Why can't you just
Figure it out.
Why does the payroll's basically automated anyway?
the government still gets paid. Those guys still get paid.
That's what I'm saying. If
Yeah,
it's
they should
automated
not
anyway,
pay the
just
people.
send the
Yeah.
freaking money. I'm still paying. If the government's shut down, then I don't want to pay taxes while it's
Yeah.
shut down.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
You know what I'm saying? Why
That's a good one.
my taxes don't stop. They still keep going.
100%.
So Why is that the case?
Imagine you go through the airport with them getting paid, and you feel like you're doing something wrong. They treat you like who you. Imagine if they're not getting paid, bro. Like, I don't want to be going through.
That's
it.
like going to the DMV. You know, it's miserable going there.
It's miserable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's always.
Imagine going to the DMV and they're not getting paid.
It's just they don't get paid enough. That's what I think. But like, it's like we didn't give you the job neither. So like, you took it. So like, come on, you know.
We didn't give you that job. So in so facto, you can't be pissed at me.
You can't be pissed. You can't hate me at least.
All right, boys.
All right,
New York
Silverback.
So it's actually, I actually asked Elias the name of it, and it's actually pretty good story.
I was gonna ask the same because I'm like.
So let's start with, how did you guys come up with the name Silverback Contracting?
He came up with the name.
I came up with it. I was always in the gym, and I could always lift heavy.
Yep.
And I always try to outlift everybody. So I was like, Silverback.
Silverback gorilla can outlift everything.
So that's kind of what I thought of. I thought of the gorilla Silverback, the strongest monkey or the gorilla in the.
It's one of the strongest animals in the whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it stuck. I seen it that when I made the LLC, the name was there, and that's how we got it.
Yep.
Sick.
Yep.
Fucking beast.
Yeah, just
Only
like,
the strong survive.
Yeah, what's the strongest animal? Like,
They always do that comparison. It's like a silverback gorilla versus the was it a grizzly bear
or a black bear, or grizzly? Maybe a grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear,
the biggest bear that's around.
And it's always a debate which one would win.
Yeah.
Which one do you guys think would win?
I think Silverback is crushing it all day.
And a lot of people say the silverback gorilla because they have thumbs.
Yeah, you know, it's tough though because the bear's bigger.
I would feel like the gorilla's faster,
more muscular.
You know, bear. The thing is,
but
bear has claws.
Yeah, they got
monsters. The bear literally, if the bear smacks the girl in the face is off.
It's off. Yeah.
So, but is it fast? Is it? I don't know. If you're looking at sheer size, the bear's bigger.
Yeah,
the bear's like twice the size of a gorilla.
I'm sure AI can do a nice.
There's a
simulation
video actually of I think it was on the Rogan's podcast. He was talking about there's a night vision video of this bear like slowly crawling through the woods.
I love watching those.
And it's like this guy set up this camera and you just see like the eyes, and then it gets closer and closer, and it's this monstrous animal, and you're just like, and Rogan's looking at it, he goes, that's the most terrifying thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It just gets closer and it's like looking at the camera.
No, what's even more terrifying is like those videos of guys like jumping in the water and then they turn their head and there's a fucking great white shark like right here passing by. Nah, miss me with that.
I'm out. I'm out
too. Forget that.
My buddy told me a
that.
story when he was in he went down to, I think it was Costa Rica or somewhere, and he was going to one of those is it ayahuasca? Is that the drug?
Like camps?
Like ayahuasca camps where you like go and you drink the tea and you like trip out for he was going to one of those, and he said that he was trekking through, you had to like go through the jungle with this tour guide, and he said it's at night and they're walking and all of a sudden the tour guide stops, and so my buddy's like, all right, what's going on? And the tour guide doesn't say anything, and all of a sudden he hears, like, because it's the jungle's right there, you can't see nothing, and he hears like right there, he hears like a
Black Panther,
like a panther growl, like the low, deep, like this, like the purring, but it's like that really deep growl.
Yeah, nah.
But at that point, is he taking the ayahuasca or
no?
Okay.
He's on the way there. Yeah, and he goes, dude, no joke. He goes, a little shit ran down my leg.
A little.
He goes, I heard that, and the guy just started backing up, and then I asked him like, what was it? He goes, it was a panther, and it was probably a mama, and we were on her territory, and she was giving us a warning, like, if you don't back up, I'm gonna eat you. Yeah, nah. He goes, nah, man.
Yeah,
just stay at the resort. Just stay at the resort.
I don't need to do it.
It's like, that's
I watch the videos.
Yeah, I can watch YouTube and just suffice from that.
You're not just in the middle of the night. You hear that? I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
See ya.
There was a guy I worked with in the Carpenters Union. He fell asleep. He was telling me the story. He fell asleep in the garage, and a baby bear came and fell asleep on his legs.
Oh God!
A baby?
Like a little cub.
Little cub?
Yeah, fell asleep on his legs. So he woke up with the bear on his feet. Throughout the years, he's telling me the stories that he got cool with the bear. They built like a friendship and shit. And I'm like, this guy is bullshit. You know, I was like, there's no way. There's no way. He's like, yeah, the bear comes inside my house and we like have dinner with it. I'm like, all right, you got to show me videos, bro. I got to see this. The bear was in the fucking house, bro. They were dancing with this fucking bear at 6 feet, bro. And this guy's small. He's like 5'5", and this bear in the house. He ended up doing jail time after that, though, for endangering his family. And now the bears think they could go into everybody's house in the neighborhood.
I was just say that bear was playing a long game. He's like, watch me fuck this motherfucker. Watch just whack.
Damn.
Gotta have this whole house to
You went to
myself.
jail for that?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, he told me he was going to jail. I didn't speak to him after that, bro.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That's a wild man, bro.
Bro, that's some sick shit. And you see videos and pictures, he's laying with the bobcats in the yard. I'm like, this guy is fucking sick,
no
man.
shot, dude. If I wake up with a baby bear, I mean, it's probably really cute, but I'd be like, where's mama? Where the heck? Because if this little baby's here, the mama's floating around somewhere.
I was like, yo, when you try to take the food away, doesn't it like swing at you?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I never had a problem.
One day, man.
So tell him, you were in the carpenter union.
Yeah. So how did
before.
we start Silverback? Like, what were you guys doing before? And then what made you ultimately take the leap to say, you know what, screw, I'm going to start my own business and do this?
I think I always wanted to do my own thing, and he wanted to always do his own thing, and he kind of did.
Mm-hmm.
I was just a little behind. I was trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I knew it was something in the construction world, but I went to school for architect, so I didn't know where I was going to end. Then that stopped. I went into Carpenters Union. I learned,
which was a great gig. Like coming from where we came from, it was a pretty good gig. No,
yeah, it was pretty common, good pay, and just the way you look when you're about to retire. I was watching everybody walk out. I'm like,
damn,
this guy's dying.
Because that was something that you always heard, like growing up with. You got to get in the union. You got to get in the union, and then you get it, and then
and you see the old timers, and you're like, damn, that's what.
And then
you
I learned another trade. I'm like, this shit is easy. I can do anything. You know, everywhere I go.
Those old timers like, dang, how you retired when? What, you 105 and you still work?
But I used to say, Eli, come on, bro. Like, you got to do this. I know you're responsible enough. You got it in you. And then I'm like, I remember one day it was me, my father, and my brother in his kitchen at the house on Cologne, not Cologne, the other one before you moved to Cologne, right? And it was raining, and I'm like, see my brother, I'm like, bro, next year you gotta do something different, bro. Like, yo, you're too talented. Like, I've always seen, bro, when we were kids, my brother used to take the drawers in my grandmother's house and fix them. They were broken, like, you know, them old, and he would take thing and he would just
with a nail and hammer,
bro.
Just because,
or as a little kid,
a kid,
5, 4.
But my grandma would be like, and this is what I saw, you know, from the outside looking in, and I'm like, no, my brother's like, and Elvis, he's always been like great leader when it comes to like job, you know, like working the crew and shit. So I'm like, bro, you got this, dude. You just gotta jump in the water, bro.
Yeah.
And that's it, bro. Let's figure this shit out. We're gonna do it, no matter what.
It was just scary, you know. I have my first kid, and you're just thinking about what could go wrong.
The what ifs.
What could go wrong, and nothing went wrong. I still managed to pay all my bills, do everything I wanted to do, live the same way I wanted to.
That's right.
Not much change. Yeah, you have to improvise a little bit, but I kind of did what I wanted to do throughout the whole process.
Nice. Yeah, it's funny, like, when you try to do your own thing or start something on your own, and you always think about, like, what if it goes wrong? What if it goes wrong? Like, what if I crash? But
it's always
no one ever thinks, like, well, if I do it, like, I can be like a millionaire. I can
what if everything goes right?
I think that way now.
Yeah.
Before,
it's hard to train
like,
your brain like that, though.
Oh, my God, that was the hardest
Bro, but you
thing
have
to
to be thankful for you have to be thankful for the downs and the lessons and what it seems like a hurdle, because it's always to get you to the next level. That's one thing I've always learned throughout life, that it's just like, it's for you. It's not happening to you, right? Like, it's for your better, it's for you to get to the next level.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you guys are religious at all, but it's God always has your best interest at heart. It's always for you.
That's right.
He has your best plan at heart. I mean, I have it right here. I have James 1:12 is blessed is the one who perseveres under trial. Right, having stood the test, you receive the crown of life that's been promised to you. It's even if it seems like a down, you gotta be thankful for it. Like, what is this trying to teach me right now?
That's right.
100%.
You know,
that's the hardest time to change your mind, when you're down.
Yeah.
There's another one too. Like again, I don't, not to turn into a religious podcast, but there's the when Jesus was washing his disciples' feet, and he tells them, he's like, you don't know what I'm doing now, but later you'll understand. I think about that all the time. It's like right in the moment, you're like, man, what's going on? But God's got his like, just wait. You'll realize later why you went through what you went through.
That's one of my favorite quotes. I tell, even when like I'm talking to my sister or somebody, I said, listen, you don't understand now, but you will. You know why? Because life is going to show you.
Yep.
That's just it, you know?
Yep. He's got a plan, and you just trust it. You just got to trust it. But that's, like you said, you got to be thankful for in all things you give thanks. In the good, in the bad. In the good, you're thankful for everything going right, but then in the bad, you're thankful for, okay, listen, what is this teaching me right now?
That's right.
You can't appreciate all the highs if you don't go through the lows.
Correct.
If you're always at a high, and you never know what it feels like to lose, you're not going to appreciate it.
If you pick up a book on somebody's life, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, you pick up the book, and it said, page 1, Michael Jordan made it, won 7 championships, the end.
Yeah.
Close the book.
No.
Who's buying that book? The what's in the middle of that story are the hurdles. That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
I don't care about, don't tell me about the wins. I want tell me how you got through the losses.
Yes.
That's how you learned. You know?
It's about the journey, not the it's not about the destination, but the journey, my
100%.
friend.
Yep.
There's a
beauty
famous
in it.
Yeah.
There's a famous
Always.
you're talking about, lifting the gym. I don't know if you know who Tom Platz is, but Tom Platz was a bodybuilder, and he was known for like crazy just legs. And it's a video of him, and he always dresses in nice, like the suspenders with the tie now. He kind of looks a little bit like Kurt Russell, actually, but he's got this video where he's training this guy squats, and it's not heavy. It's very light. It's like 135, a wheel on each side. That's it. And he's like reps, and the guy's going. He's like down another one. And it's just like burning, as many reps as possible, right? And he goes, "You got more." And the guy he's like, "Nah, keep going. You got more. Finally gets to the point where he can't do it anymore. He goes down, he can't get up, he drops the weight, and the guy, now Tom Platz is looking at him, he's like, "Congratulations, you have achieved failure."
That's right.
He's like, "Now the only place to go from failure is to win." Woo. He goes, nobody wants to go that far. He goes, "It's too scary, it's too painful. Nobody wants to take it that far."
That's right.
He's like, "But that's where champions are made."
100%.
It was right there. And I'm like,
Speak on it.
and I go, crap, now I want to do squats. I want to go, and I want to just go in there and just,
It's like Goggins, bro. Like, that's like that Goggins shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I love that. Like, that's my whole like thing right now.
Goggins.
It's like,
yeah, I have his book. I haven't read it yet. It's in my drawer.
he just he before he became Goggins, the guy that he trained was like this big entrepreneur. Like, he's the one that got Jay-Z like a deal, and he had like a jet company also. And Goggins was like, "Hey, you want to just come live with me like for like a couple months?" And the guy's like, "Yeah." Goggins like, "Yeah, you want to do that?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, sure." So he's like, "Dude," he's like one day it was the news popped up. It was like, "Warning, don't go outside, blizzard coming, high winds." Goggins looks at the TV and goes, "This is perfect. We're gonna go on a run." And the guy's like, he's like, "What?" You know?
That's what you got to do, man. It's how do you handle adversity?
Yeah.
What do you do
coming.
when it's not going your way?
It's coming.
Yeah,
Right?
coming. Most
Keep
definitely.
pushing.
You keep pushing.
That's all you can do. Mm-hmm. So what was do you remember your very first job under Silverback Contractor?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that. I want to hear about the first
The
one.
deck one was crazy, bro. The deck job.
And then a follow-up question: what was like the wildest / funniest story you have from doing one of your job projects?
Well, let's back it up first. Before, how did you get your first job? I want to hear about the first job. But so now you start the business,
I'm trying to remember.
and like,
man.
what do you do the next day? You're like, all right, you got an LLC. Now you're in your business. What do you do?
I'm trying to remember. I don't remember right now.
What was the first job? That's a great question.
I think it was this deck job. I was just posting a lot on Facebook or Instagram, one of these platforms. I don't remember. And they reached out to me, or I found. Oh no, I was going on the construction Facebook groups.
Oh, okay.
I need a contract or whatever. So I went on there and I seen people asking for contracts to different things. So I would reach out to people all the time, and I landed this deck job. This guy wanted to put a pool. He had a deck. I just had to cut the shape of the deck, reinforce and everything. I was
Where was
dying.
this?
It was like 1,000 degrees.
Bro.
Where was that?
It was the hottest.
Jersey.
Jersey.
It was the hottest day I think I've ever experienced in my life, bro.
Was it just you guys?
It was just us.
You didn't have a crew or nothing. Just
No,
you
we didn't
guys.
have us two.
And
Us two, and I borrowed a pickup truck.
and you borrowed a pickup truck.
Yeah,
And what about the
fact.
tools? You just go to.
No, I had tools. I
I was
always
gonna
had
say you go to
tools.
rent a center and rent the tools.
No. We
I
had
did
to-
go to Home Depot to rent what I needed to rent for that job, but majority of the tools I already had.
That's awesome. And you're like, did you
Scorcher.
have
I'll
any?
never forget that
So I
job.
know you were like, you had some experience, but like, did you know what you were doing at first? Like with this job, like when you show up, like I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna cut
So I was in
this.
I was in the carpenters union. I know how to read a tape.
So how long were you in the carpenters union?
5 years,
Okay.
about a little
Okay.
less than 5 years.
But
And
before that, he was in telecom, and he was like foreman and doing all that stuff too. So
Okay.
he's
so a
like,
little low voltage work.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Fire alarm.
so he's good with a set of prints. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Most
you
definitely.
can read. Okay,
And I
but
went
with
to
this
school
job,
for-
there was no prints, right?
No, there was nothing. It was just my head.
He was just like, hey, I got to put that pool over there.
But in the 5 years of the carpenters union, I understand how structure of buildings.
No,
and
it
I
was amazing.
understood everything in those 5 years. I was like, I could do anything.
Facts.
I know how everything's put together.
So true.
I see the guts. I was doing the high-rise carpentry.
so you were able to take that knowledge into this first job and be like, I can reinforce
I
a
learned
deck.
everything in those 5 years. In those 5 years, I learned everything I'm doing now. Maybe not everything, but majority of it. And
Now, would
understand
it-
how things work.
With a deck, I mean, obviously with a home, there's regulations and standards, right? That if the stud's 16 on center, whatever the standard might be, is that the same with a deck?
Yes.
Everything's the same on the deck. You have to get an inspector from the town to come give you how he wants it laid out.
Yep.
And you got to follow that.
And he sticks the
And
tape
I-
in the hole. He does everything.
So everything's like to the T.
I didn't even have an insurance. I didn't have nothing. So I was like, the loophole to this is
We were winging it.
hire me as help.
Yes.
You pull the plans for your house and you hire me as help.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's how we did it. So anytime
Yeah.
there was inspections and stuff like that,
Yeah.
they came and
That's what I did for
didn't-
my place. I registered as the GC, and then I just had other people.
So it was just like the little things, like like the guy was like, okay, he's like, I want to pay in card. So we're like,
how do we do
we're
that?
like, oh fuck, we gotta. And then I'm like, all right, yeah, no problem. Like you can pay in card. I'm like, yo, Eli, we gotta go to Target, bro. We gotta get the square. We gotta hook it up to the account. We gotta.
You know what? You don't even need that anymore.
Yo,
We just had an event the other day where the guy wanted to pay with a card and the Square reader wasn't working. But if you have the Square app, you could just type
yes,
in.
it works on the app.
So you can just type
and
it
you
in.
can tap to the phone.
Yeah. So
Oh,
now that was. I mean,
shit.
I don't know how long ago you did
No,
this
no,
thing. But
I-
was
I
there
had
any
the-
tap to phone at that point?
No, what was it? It was like the
Cube.
Bluetooth device.
yeah,
Yeah.
the cube.
You connect and you.
That's what we have. We have
Yeah.
that little thing now, but it wasn't working, and we're like, oh crap.
But it's
how do
funny.
we
It's like you don't know what you're doing. Like, can you do that? Yeah, like, yeah, we can do that. Yeah. We're like, yo, sure, we got.
And then he says he wants to pay with credit card. I'm like, fuck. First job, you want to pay with credit card? I don't know anything. I'm making up taxes and fees and all that shit.
Dude, that's like when the first time somebody we had a order that somebody wanted to do custom labels on our cigars, right? And I remember somebody's like, it was the we had a golf outing. There's this company that was doing golf outings. And they did like 5 a year in different cities throughout the country, and they wanted to use our cigars. And he asked, he goes, "Can you guys add like custom labels on the cigars for our top vendors, whatever?" And I was like, yeah, we can do that, no problem. He's like, all right, cool, put together a quote. I went to Eric. I'm like, yo, we got to figure out how to do labels.
I was like, I don't know. You got.
I don't know how to do labels. I had no label because they come labeled.
Right,
Like, it's not like I have a label machine or whatever. But I was like, yeah, we can do that. Eric, we got to figure out how to do this.
So I come from a background of auto body shop. So like a lot of the stuff, like even when you get paid, we're getting paid through insurance or cash, right? So like a lot of these little things, like when you're really structuring like a contracting company, like you don't go through a lot of that shit with the auto body shop because you know how you get paid.
Yeah.
Which I still have today, but like a lot of my business experience that comes from there, I try to implement it when we were starting Silverback.
And it's just funny how it's, you start it, you go in, you're like, I can do this, and then something pops up like, crap.
You're like, oh,
I'll figure
shit.
this out.
Think
And you're like, all
fast.
right, I got
It's
that.
every job
and
after
every
that.
job something else. You're like, shit, we got to do this. We got to do that.
I thought I had it down pack, and then you go to the next job and be like, fuck, I don't know what I'm doing again.
Bro, listen to this. I was taking, remember, we had no workers, no nothing. So I was taking our hats and our t-shirts, and we were dipping. You had like a cooler of drinks. I was dipping the hat inside the ice and putting it in my head because it was 90. Bro, I remember my
There
brother.
was no trees in the yard.
Yo, he goes.
It was
He's
direct
like, yo, it's
sun.
not gonna be that bad out today. And I'm like, all right, whatever. Bro, I left. I had the craziest sunburn in the world.
And you're probably wearing pants too, right? Because
No, we had shorts and a
You're
shirt.
wearing
I was already
okay.
used to working outside with the concrete stuff and in the union, so I knew the summer and the winters. I could handle it a little bit.
Cargo shorts with Tim's.
Well, I was
Yeah,
going to
well,
say a
that's
lot of guys,
exactly
a lot
how
of
I'm doing
construction guys are wearing, the boots and jeans because you don't want to. If you're kneeling down a lot, you don't want to get cut. So they're wearing the jeans, and I'm like, man,
no, it was awesome. It was awesome. I love.
How long was it from when you first opened a business to when you got your first job?
I would say I opened the business like in February. There was really no traction at that time.
Yeah, it was winter.
So I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So I had one of my buddies. He's like, yo, my friend is looking for a laborer at night. I said, this is perfect. I could focus on my business during the day. I'll be a laborer at night, and I'll make some extra cash. So I was doing that for a little while, and then the summertime hit, and that's when the deck job came.
Okay, so you had a little bit of a couple of months, like 3, 4 months.
And I wanted to learn different routines from different companies. So it was kind of like, all right, let me come inside here. Let me see how you do things. Let me see how you do things. Let me see how you do things, and made it my own.
What do you guys do? What do you guys do in the winter now? Being up here in like the Northeast, I imagine the winter months. You know, like this last winter, we had 4 feet of snow. Do you get a lot of jobs, or do you kind of do other things like snow removal? And I know some guys do that in the winter.
Well, I think it's different for New York City, right? Because New York City, it's all like
it definitely slows things down, but with him on the public adjusting side, you get water breaks.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So, all right.
So we were able to fill that gap in with
the
that
adjustment. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's a nice little.
That's perfect. Yeah, because I know a lot of guys that especially like the landscaping guys.
Yeah,
come winter, what are you gonna do?
If you're not shoveling and putting Christmas lights, you're beat.
That's what they all do it. Mm-hmm. They all do snow removal and Christmas lights,
shrink wrapping,
They all do it, man. Mm-hmm. You got to fill that void. Now, if you're in Texas, you don't got to do that.
And then I also learned any renovation in New York City is never like I got to do a small bathroom reno. It's never small.
No, it's not small.
There's a million steps that got to go into it. Plus, like the building's probably from 1920.
Plus, you got to get vetted through the building. If there's a board, you have to make sure you got the proper requirements, and so it's not just.
You got to get the shutdown, which like
you guys
2 weeks.
You guys only do the city.
And Brooklyn.
And Brooklyn. Okay.
Big.
Like you venture anywhere else?
Brooklyn
if you got a crazy job and way out east in the island.
If it makes sense, I'll take a look at it. Like I will work in the Hamptons because I know it makes sense.
Yeah.
$1
million job, no problem. I'll move out to the Hamptons for a couple.
Post up on the hotel.
Well, yeah.
Get the Airbnb going, dude.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think didn't they do something about the Airbnbs with a community out in the Hamptons? They want to shut down Airbnbs now.
I respect it.
I thought there's no Airbnb in New York. Period.
Really?
Really?
No, not all of New York.
No, not all of New York.
No, they better not because I'm building an Airbnb upstate.
Manhattan, there's no Airbnb. I know that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but like the rest of New York State is you can still do it, but the Hamptons might be tied into the New York because a lot of the people that own Hampton homes were from Manhattan.
Correct.
And when they would go out to their summer homes, they'd have a lot of people that would come out and rent an Airbnb and party for a week, and they didn't like it. So, like, we want to shut down all of the Hamptons Airbnbs. I'm like, but that's no fun. Like, that's that. What if the people that live in the Hamptons want to go somewhere for the summer or want to go for a vacation? They want to rent out their home. Why can't you do that? But no, Manhattan
those people probably
sense.
don't even live there anyways. That community.
I think they're just trying to keep the community like a tight knit and like exclusive.
Yeah.
And then like you do Airbnb, like anybody could go, and then there's 14 people living next to you, bumping music and doing all types of crazy shit.
No
that
doubt.
you don't want that. You know what I mean?
No, I don't want that at all.
I don't want that next to my house.
Fuck that. It's especially when you got kids. Forget you're like waking up my kid. You're like, bro, come on. This is like
That's
my
like I feel like there's different areas of. Like I said, we're my wife and I are building a place upstate on the lake for our vacation home, but then for like an Airbnb.
Good idea.
But it's more of that's not like a party town. We're not doing it like if you go to Hamptons or if you have like down in Miami somewhere or like in Scottsdale, Arizona, where his bachelor.
Your place is getting
you got a guy, you got a lot of bachelor. Upstate on a lake in the middle of the mountains. That's more of like
family.
Chill.
Yeah, people are gonna go and there's a ski resort. They're gonna go ski. Or go hang out on the lake.
You got to send me that link as soon as you get it going.
Sure, absolutely,
I'm
man.
in.
might be his first client.
It might be the first one.
That's right.
But that's kind of the idea. We're like, we don't want party animals, and you won't get that up there. You're getting people that are escaping the party, the hustle and bustle. They want to go and just.
You get family and probably like date, like two couples dating.
Yeah, like a weekend getaway. Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah,
most definitely.
And then there's a 9-hole golf course right across the lake, which is gonna be sick.
It's like what, 2 hours away from my place?
Yeah, it's in Lake George area, so it's like 4 hours up from me right here. So if you're in the city, 3 hours north.
Yeah,
and then
it's like
from
an
you,
hour.
This year when it starts to get nicer, I'm going on the course. I've always wanted to like get into golf. And I would always go to the driving range, but this year I'm gonna be committed. I'm buying everything.
So much.
You want to learn about golf? Ask this guy. He's a very good
We
golfer.
talk about it every year.
Bro,
we're gonna do
hey,
it this
man.
year. We're gonna do it this year. We're gonna
No,
do it
this year I'm in, bro.
But
I'm in.
I need to get it done.
I'm buying
And
everything.
And I'll give you tips on like what to buy because
Yeah,
so many
please.
people they're like, I want to buy the latest and the greatest. I'm like, listen, there's certain clubs that are better for people, and if you're not trying to be like a professional golfer, or if you're not, at least a good golfer, there's a whole section of clubs you don't even look at. Like, don't even look at them because you're not gonna be able to hit them. They're so like the clubs that pros play. I consider myself a good golfer. I can't hit those. They're too hard. It's like the sweet spot. If you miss the sweet spot, the ball's not going anywhere. It's like hitting a butter knife. It's no fun. It's like, don't play with those clubs. Play with the clubs that have a little bit of weight behind them. Some chunky clubs that got a big sweet spot. So if you miss it, it's still going to go down the course. Play with those, man.
See, like that stuff, like I wouldn't even think about, right?
Yeah, you play with those
I know
because
nothing about it. I try to
Yeah.
go in the stores. I'm like, what's the newest ones? What's the most expensive ones?
Yeah, that's where you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Just
What made
get
you guys
yourself-
think about that? What made you guys want to start getting into golf?
Dude, I just, you know what it is? I was just, I follow the pages and I watched, I watched Trump do interview with
What was that?
one of the top
with
golfers.
Bryson,
Oh man,
dude, Trump's a good golfer.
he's a great golfer, dude. I believe it or not, I was just like back to back with the golf videos, and then that specific one was like 40 something minutes, and I watched from start to finish. And I'm like, wow, this is fucking intriguing right here, dude.
and the other thing too is like
I think Trump golfed a little better than
Trump's
Bryson.
a
that day.
good golfer.
Right.
Trump's a very good golfer, and people always like knock on him because of his swing and this. I'm like, no, he's a good golfer.
No, he's a good golfer.
Have you guys ever seen the video of George Bush golfing?
No.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was right after.
It was right after like a major event, and they're asking him questions, and
It
he's
was a
like,
terrorist attack.
Was it a
Was it
ter-
in Afghan? Wasn't it like Afghanistan or something?
I forgot the exact event, but he's on the golf course, and reporters are asking him. He's like, "Yeah, we should do this, and we should do that, and we're going to do this." And he's like, "Now watch me." Lack of a better, he's like, "Watch me bomb this hit," and he just goes up and fucking swings it.
He's like,
But he's like having this like big press conference. He's like, "And watch this hit real quick," and the swing, and he just fucking crushes it, and it's hilarious.
So he hit it good though.
He crushed it.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But
It
that's
was
the
like
thing too. Is like you look
so
at
fun.
some of these guys, and I mean, you can take a lesson to kind of help get the swing out. But Tiger Woods says it great, and they asked him, "Go, how do you get so good? And like, should I take lessons?" And Tiger says, he goes, "Stop watching YouTube videos." He goes, "Go out into the range and hit balls."
That's right.
Just
You know how many
keep hitting
YouTube
them.
videos I watched?
He goes, if YouTube video is not going to fix your swing, just go out and figure it out. You got to hit 1,000 balls. And then if you look at, there's no one set way to hit the golf ball. Right? Obviously, you want to try to hit the center of the face as best as you can. And on irons, you want to hit down on it. And the driver, you want to hit up on it. And the woods, you kind of want to sweep a little bit. There's those basics. But whatever, like, is going on in the backswing, there's certain tips on what to do. But if you look at some of the pros, look at a guy like Jim Furyk, who's got the weirdest swing. Look at a guy like Matt Wolff, really weird swing. Then you got guys like Rory and Tiger who have picture-perfect swings.
Right.
Then you got guys like Bryson who swing it out their shoes. You got all these guys that have really, they're all pros and their swings are all different. So it's like just figure out what works for you to get the ball to do what you want it to do.
That's right.
And that's everything though in life, honestly.
Yeah, figure it out.
Whatever you feel
Watch this
comfortable
real
doing.
quick.
Let me see.
Fucking smoke my eye, Jesus. You know, ready?
Do you want me to hook it up here?
I thought I did hook up. It says
Oh, you
True
did? Yeah.
Mix,
Go
right?
ahead. Go ahead.
All right, go ready. Now watch this drive. He says.
We must stop the terror. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers. Thank you. Now watch this drive.
Classic. Now watch this drive. But yeah, that's the
And who's the legend? The guy, I absolutely love that guy. I watched a ton of videos of him too. What he always plays with a cigarette in his mouth.
yeah.
And
John
barefoot.
Daly.
John Daly.
Oh man, what a legend!
That's
dude.
another guy. He's like, he goes, they always
He
ask
doesn't
him-
have the
he doesn't-
ideal.
Dude, he doesn't practice.
Yeah,
He doesn't practice at all. He's one of the guys that if he practiced like somebody's like Tiger or Rory, all these guys, he would have been one of the
his
best
son's in it.
ever.
Now. His son's playing. Now.
He goes up, dude. He's like, I'm walking around, pissed drunk, ripping cigarette after cigarette,
like that, bro.
no shoes, and he's just he's on a break.
having the best time of his life.
And
But that's the thing. Just find out what
and
the
especially you
swing-
guys are in contract, and a lot of good deals
lot
go
of
down on
business.
the golf course.
On the course.
That's why I
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah.
And it's fun. You get out, you smoke a couple cigars, you have a couple beers.
It's a reason to get out. It's a reason to travel. You know,
Yeah.
And it don't even have to. You don't even have to be like good. Just
No.
if you could just hit the ball somewhere, and okay, you're gonna shank him this way. You're gonna top him. Like if you can get the ball out there, go play.
So
Go play.
so like if us four go and play a match, right? Who is it work like? Us two against them two. Whoever hits the better ball out of me and you, we're gonna keep, right?
Well, there's all different
Yeah, you
ways
can go
to
with
play,
different things,
right?
yeah.
Like if you go to a golf outing where there's like groups of 4 and they play these big corporate events, they typically do what's called a scramble, which is if us 4 were playing against all these other guys, we all hit. Whoever has the best shot, we all pick up our ball and we play from that best shot,
Oh, yeah.
and you keep doing it until the ball's in the hole.
because a lot of people suck, right, at the events.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
but here's the other thing
Yeah.
too.
Like when
is-
I play, I give a couple good swings here and there, a couple good putts, some pars, but every once in a while we use my ball. Most of the time we use Justin's ball, but yeah.
Well, what's
people
great
suck.
too is there's a handicap system in golf which gives everybody a handicap based on how they play, and you have to accumulate a certain number of rounds. And it's, for lack of a better term, it's like the average of your best 5 rounds out of 20. That's how they figure it out. But it's basically like if you don't really have one, we'll go out and say, okay, what do you normally shoot? Oh, I shoot
100.
100, 100, let's say it's 100, 90, 80, 70. Okay, that means
70 being the best, right?
yeah,
lower is better.
It's based off of the course, right? So if the course is par 72, they expect you to shoot the whole course in 72 shots. That's like what the pros would do, or a scratch golfer. But basically is if, let's say I shoot the course in 80 shots and you shoot the course in 100 shots, I'm 20 shots better. So I would give you a stroke every single hole, an extra stroke, and then I would give you 2 strokes on the 2 hardest holes. That would be the 18 holes plus another 2 to get to 20.
Gotcha.
And that would be how it would even up. Because if I could play the course in 80 strokes and you could play it in 100, then I'm 20 strokes better. But if I give you 20 strokes, then we're even.
Got it.
It's just like playing basketball. If you're playing somebody who's better, like, hey, we're going to play to 11, I'm going to spot you 8 your points. Right? Now it evens it up.
Right.
So when you play it like that, it doesn't matter what team you're on because you have to play to your level. If I'm playing against a guy and I'm giving him 2 strokes, I can't afford to mess up. And he can't afford because he's getting 2. She's like, now it's a little bit even. So when you're playing in matches like that, the handicap system really helps you out. And then it's fun because I was playing with a group of guys. We just picked 2. Like, I'll pick us 2 versus you 2. And we handicapped the whole thing.
That's it.
And it got down to the very last hole.
I love that.
And what you do is you play it you play a skins game or a match play where you don't do the total score. You just do hole by hole.
Okay.
So, like, we're going to play a hole, and you're going to get 2 shots for this hole. And if you beat us, you're up 1. And then if the next hole, if we win the next, doesn't matter by how many. If you win it, now it's even again. So it's just hole by hole by hole. And then it makes it really fun because you don't really have to worry about hitting a bad shot. It's just one hole. We lost that one. All right, on to the next hole.
Yeah, Justin can talk this fucking the next 8 hours about golf. So, as you guys can see, sometimes we got to put the fishing reel out there, right, Justin?
He asked about golf.
Oh, I know. I know
we'll
he
get
did.
there. We'll get to this.
No, I know, but sometimes I got to put the fishing reel out there, get the hook on, and got to.
Dude, we're only 45 minutes in, man.
I always got to say it every episode.
No, but it's so much fun. You get out there, you play, and
No, I'm gonna get into
I
it.
want to do a course this year.
Well, if you guys should do the Tony Peck golf outing.
Yeah,
in
I'll be
June.
in that.
I'm going to
Yeah.
do it this year.
I'm
do
gonna
it,
this
man.
year,
fun.
too.
It's
we
fun.
want to play in that, but it's
We're gonna do it.
Yeah, you should.
it's fun.
We
It's
played the
really
one
fun.
year, but we couldn't even. We think we got the whole like 13 because it was so packed and we had to leave because we had to set up our table for the cigars and we didn't finish the whole course. But yeah, it's fun.
And the best part about playing in a scramble is you don't even have to be good because if there's one person on the team that can hit the ball out there, then you're always going to have
His ball.
a good shot. And where you can really take advantage, like, all right, I can't really hit a drive, so whatever, we're just going to use his ball. But everybody can putt. So once you're on the green, like, you might sink a 40-footer to win the hole or something. Because everybody can putt. It doesn't really take that much skill to putt.
like mini golf.
It's like mini golf, right? So that's where it's like, all right, maybe I'm not good at the driving, but I can go putt.
Yeah.
Wait until we get to the green. I'm going to sink some putts,
Show you.
All right, let's go back.
All right, so we were talking about the first ever job that you guys
We
had.
got the first job down, right?
Your other question.
Now, what was one of the funniest things that happened while on the job that you seen, that you did? Interaction with a client.
Not necessarily that job, but any job that you did that you were like, what the?
He's like, there's so many. I can't even pick one.
How about a job where like something it just went terribly wrong?
Oh my god!
Like
In
absolutely.
the beginning, I felt like they all went terribly wrong. I'm like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So terribly wrong.
Like we'll go with the
It's one
worst
of-
thing
one of-
ever, and then we'll go with like
One
what's
of our
the funniest.
biggest jobs when we first started was like renovating a laundry room, and we had to turn on the water. And when we turned on all the water, the steam has to reheat up, and it was leaking everywhere. We had to go back at 8:00 at night.
Oh,
It was a nightmare. But after that, it was pretty smooth. In the city, you have the supers controlling a lot of stuff with you, so you have a lot of help.
Brother, we have RWJ. That's stories for fucking for days. We
on.
worked
If
at
you
a
remember, go
hospital.
ahead.
We worked at a hospital during COVID.
Oh,
RWJ, bro. One day, me and my brother are working in the morgue, bro. Like where they're bringing out the bodies, dude. We're doing whatever we're doing in ceiling tiles. It's just like one body, two body. I'm like, brother. I'm like that's like number 8, bro. It's only like 2
Like
hours.
we've been.
Bro, I went
Stop.
home.
It didn't stop.
Bro, I went home that day contemplating life. I'm like, so what happens? Like, and I'm looking at people like they're nearly dying, and I'm like, bro, nobody's in the room with him though. Like, he doesn't have family. Like,
You're like, we got to stop this job. Can I just want to go talk to this guy right
Yeah.
now. Like, give him somebody.
Comfort him.
dude. So then like we're on the trauma floor of like COVID, and like all these little rooms. They're like 1-person rooms, and we're doing whatever we're doing. We had to like bring like cable into one room. So the nurses are on the floor and they're watching me. So I poke the ladder up, and I go send it in the room, and I go inside the room. I come out. The nurse walks up to me and she goes, you know that guy's dying from COVID, right? And I'm like, you just saw me walk in the room. Why wouldn't you tell me before I got there?
Why would you stop me?
Why would you wait for me to do what I was doing and come out the top?
Why did you tell me after the
Yo,
fact?
your face was hysterical right there.
Bro, I left my clothes at the hospital that day, dude.
Tell me you didn't immediately go to the bathroom and just scrub down head to toe,
Bro,
man.
I'm like, I'm not
hand
taking none of
sanitizer.
this shit home.
You'd be like, well, I'll tell you one thing. Now you work for me because you're going into that room to finish the job, okay?
Your face was. You're like, why didn't you tell me that? You just saw me come out of the fucking room.
I'm like, what? So, like, bro, in the beginning, we were, like, legitimately just grinding it out. Like, me and him just grinding it out every day, putting our boots on, like, yo, this shit sucks. But you know what? Like, we were like, yo, we're on a mission. We got to get this done. We got to build a name.
Yeah.
What was the biggest job you guys did?
So far.
biggest
Showroom was
the
pretty-
showroom was the biggest.
What's that? What was that?
We did a showroom in the A&D building, and the way I got there, I started emailing a whole bunch of people, and I met this guy in Miami. He flew out. He met us in a hotel. He's like, "Oh, I like your story. I'm going to connect you with a few people." So that took a little while. He introduced me to this showroom. The name of the showroom was Seven House. They sell kitchens from Germany.
Oh wow. Okay.
High end.
So we ended up building a good relationship with the owner, and we renovated the showroom.
The whole
Full
how
sick.
big was it? How many square feet?
It was big. I don't know. So think
say
about
like
it. It's
8,000 square feet.
how many different
Massive.
kitchens? It was a lot, right? Like,
It was all set up differently. It was a few kitchens, a lot of different color samples, and I can show you the video after.
laundry room.
And laundry room in the back, a big conference room, just different.
So you
Things they could do.
had to the showroom was there and you had to build all of these like setups,
Correct.
Or did you have to build the room and then the setups on top of it?
We demoed the old showroom, build the shell, and then build
so
all
you
the
did it,
cabinetry.
you redid the whole
Everything,
thing.
Everything.
How long did that take you?
We did it pretty fast. I think it was like 3.5 months.
Yep.
We did it super
How many
fast.
guys did you have? Just you do? You should.
No.
No, we
this
had
is,
it.
this
We
was
hired.
bigger.
We hired.
I had crews for everything at this point. I
Yeah,
had
yeah,
electricians,
yeah.
carpenters,
Good.
everything.
Was you told me you do?
But I was bringing in friends from like the carpenters union. I was like, "Yo, you want to work?"
yeah.
That's
Like,
impressive.
we
Well,
were
that's like
Three
the
and
other
a
thing
half
too. Like
months
you have
because-
friends, and you can be like, "Hey, you want a little side work? You want to come
Yeah.
help me out?"
Yeah,
And
you
do
laid
this?
off. Come
They
on.
all do. They all do that.
All of them.
Yeah.
Even if they're full time, like plumbers and full time
I still
electricians.
to this
and stuff,
day use union guys.
they
Yeah,
all
for
want
sure.
extra stuff, man.
And they're good guys. They're good guys. They're gonna come to work. They're gonna do what they got to do. And
yeah.
Who was the? I don't know if you say it, but don't you do? Didn't you have like the keys to like a singer's apartment or something that you renovate and stuff like that?
Oh, right now we always work in Panic at the Disco's apartment.
Panic at the
Oh,
Disco.
really?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
who
so
it
I
was.
deal with them all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I'm in their apartment
That's up your alley, bro.
a few times.
Panic at the Disco.
A few times a year I'm there. So right now they had a water leak in the back of the house, so we ripped out the whole back.
Really?
They're not here right now. They're
touring
away.
probably.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn, that's a
But
name
it
drop.
was caused to some like lack of maintenance. Obviously, they didn't know that, but
The gutter cracked.
So
rust.
if there was any property damage, we would have did it something with insurance.
Yeah, of course. Put that through.
So you're like their guy now. And anytime they need something
Only
done,
that whole building I took over.
That's right.
that's wild. Man.
We started with the.
I wonder what
One building at a time, baby.
I wonder what big names are in that building then.
No, it's a 3-story walk up. The previous owner extended it 3 more stories. So the penthouse of that 3-story walk up, it's humongous.
Is that where the Panic at the Disco is?
Yes.
Do they all live together?
No, it's just Brandon and his wife, the kid, and the manager.
Panic at the Disco.
And then remember, we were doing his what was it?
We can bleep out the
names.
the names and the buildings so that they
yeah,
can't
definitely.
give somebody's address out. But we'll
Yeah,
bleep
sure.
it out.
Right.
But yeah, that's pretty.
Well, how would did we say anything? How could they find it?
No.
No, I said names. And
We'll just bleep
okay.
it out.
That's
We'll
all-
tell
When
them.
we were doing the
Something
pavers on the rooftop, that was during the time where California was burning down.
Yes.
So he was living in California, and we were doing everything through text, right? Like we were doing it through his like agent or something.
FaceTime.
Yeah.
That's wild though. It's like it's just it's such a small world, right?
Yeah, I
You're
know
like-
all the codes to their apartment. Anything I need, I just walk in. It's like my apartment.
Yeah.
Did you? I don't know if you guys like listened to them at all when you were growing up or not, but
No, it was very popular.
but it's yeah. So I
very
imagine
popular
when you started this company, you're like, I'm just gonna do some contract here and there. Next thing you know, you're like, I got the keys to Panic at the Disco's apartment.
Yeah,
What
and
the
it's funny
what
because
am I doing
my daughter
right now?
comes home the other day, not the other day, a few months ago, and she's singing their song. I'm like, how the fuck do you know them?
Like I was. That's where I was. Right, I was literally there.
You know they're a client, right? huh?
She asked me, she's like, can I come? Can I come? Can I come? I'm like,
You're like,
I don't like to do that.
you're like
Only on when what is it?
Google,
Daddy
yeah.
brings daughter to work.
Google
day.
what day
But-
is National Bring Your Daughter to Work Day.
When I'm
Yeah.
comfortable with them, we'll smoke a cigar together.
Oh,
They
nice.
smoke cigars?
Yeah, the manager. I
That's
do
sick.
the manager more, and the wife. Brandon himself.
I guess he
He's
still
to
performs,
himself.
right? He still goes on tour and whatnot. I'm assuming.
I
They
would
gotta
think
be
so.
on tour.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
gotta be. Well, we had from the similar industry, Mason Musso, who
I was telling you guys, yeah.
Yeah, he was from Metro Station.
Okay.
Who I don't know if you probably heard the song "Shake It." It was like shake, 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 shake,
shut
shake.
it up,
shake.
yeah,
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 yeah.
it's like it was a really, really popular song,
Yeah.
and we had him on, and he smokes cigars too. But he always says like, "Listen, I got a show. I'm singing tomorrow, so I'm not going to smoke tonight. But like after the show, and I'm done, and I have I'll smoke." But it was wild too. Like I wound up going up to Texas, and we were meeting up with some friends in a winery, and we're driving past driving down like Winery Row, I guess. And I'm looking, I'm like, Senor, why? I'm like, why does that ring a bell, Senor? It's like, oh no, I said that's what's his name's dad owns that. So we go to this other winery, and I message him. I was like, hey man, I'm right down the block, and he goes, no problem, go over there.
But you remembered that?
Yeah.
Mason Musso's dad owns a winery in Texas.
It was I think it's Senor Wineries, whatever.
I had no idea.
So I messaged. He was like, "Yeah, no problem, going over there." And it's like, man, what a small world.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds that I happen to just be right next to this one? I think it was really like recent after interviewing.
yeah, so refreshing.
I'm like, what are the odds, man? But it's such a small world that Panic at the Disco,
Doing
man.
construction in the city in Brooklyn is interesting. The people you meet, everybody got money. Everybody is successful in some way. Everyone has a cool story. I love it, man.
that's why we started this. Why we started this show, man? Because everybody's got really cool stories, and we just like, hey, let's light up a cigar and hear it.
And we're cool with a few supers in Brooklyn, where we
We have a great hold on Brooklyn Heights.
nice.
So he brought us to one of the Avengers house. I was in the Avengers house the other day.
See, that's awesome.
There's like a very like sophisticated like building. I obviously not going to say the address, but there's a lot of like high end people, and that's one of our clients, and they call us for even like if there's a piece of paper falls in the lobby, they will call
We
us.
did with Amy Ryan. I don't know if you know who Amy
No,
Ryan
From
is.
The Office,
She's
okay.
She's executive producer of The Office, something like
Okay.
and
that.
she was I believe the main character's wife.
I haven't watched The
Steve
Office.
Carell?
but-
Yeah,
Steve Carell's.
No, I don't think so. She did that like FBI movie with The Rock and Kevin Hart.
Central Intelligence, CIA.
Yeah, the
Central Intelligence.
The short older lady that she's like
Wasn't
the
it
head
Amy
of-
Ryan?
Amy Ryan.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, you
awesome.
know.
Yeah, I feel like that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
She's
I'll
awesome.
probably
I
see
deal
probably
with her. I deal
recognize
with her
her,
all
see
the
her.
time.
That's probably cool because you just
Amy Ryan.
you're in you know, not like you're
Oh
contracted.
yeah,
Wait,
yeah. It was his girl. It was his girlfriend.
Oh yeah, I know her.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
she's
yes.
awesome.
yeah, I know her.
Yeah, she stops me in the street now. She's
She
like,
was
you guys
in,
do great work.
Yes, she's in
Oh.
Central Intelligence, but she was
She was in a lot of
Michael
stuff.
Scott's girlfriend in The Office.
She
I watched The
was
Office like
also
every night I go to
in-
bed.
So in the building actually next door to her, there was like a big pipe break, and the guy actually called her because she like kind of like low key runs shit like over there. So the guy called her up and was like, "Hey, you know this guy and blah blah blah." Like she's like, "Hire him right now." Like he did so much for us. So like I anytime I see her in the neighborhood, I'm like, "You need anything? You're good." You know.
Yeah.
I don't try to bother them. Anybody like kind of like a celebrity because I already know people bother them, so I kind of just leave them alone.
Yeah, like, cool.
If we catch eye contact,
Yeah, you just say, hey, listen, you need how's everything going? Good, cool.
yeah,
You play it cool.
You know, like in passing, you
Right.
say, hey, you know,
Yeah,
Instead
always
of-
high.
yeah.
She stopped me a few times. She
Yeah.
stops me. I'm like, all right, let's talk.
she's like, I have a question for you, and I'm like, all right,
You're
let's
like-
go, let's fire them
well,
up.
you're like, I don't know, I'm a really busy guy. You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like when people are like, you know, when you have celebrities and you speak to them like normal human beings, not like a
It's
you know,
different,
fancy
yeah.
person, they appreciate like,
Yeah,
thanks for
yeah.
talking to me like you're not like a fanboy.
I don't think Panic at the Disco knows that they're Panic at the Disco.
Yeah,
I
right.
swear,
well, that's
Yeah.
I think that's the
Nothing like
best
that.
thing. I think
Yeah.
that's
At all.
the best thing.
No pictures, no autographs, no nothing.
I feel like I always kind of been like that though, like always, like even like seeing like celebrities like out, like you know, you just like
yeah, it's like
Imagine
it's
you're
like a
home and
weird.
You want a signature in your house, like get out.
no,
of here.
that's like too much, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
I always
probably-
felt like that. I always felt
Yeah.
like anytime I would see like, you know, the only one time I was doing it more because I was busting chops, but I saw Shooter McGavin in the airport once, like JFK, like 6 a.m. My family just got back from Hawaii and we landed super early, and me and my brother were huge Happy Gilmore fans. So I was like, yo, Tyler, I'm like, that's fucking Shooter McGavin. So we're like, Shooter! And he was just like keeping his head down.
Oh, come on, he didn't do that.
No, I was like, Shooter! And he was like, nah. But yeah, most of the time, you know, you just try to play it cool. Like sometimes we do events and there's like athletes and like some celebrities there, and we're just like, hey, what's going on? Like, you know, how you doing?
Yeah,
Blah,
that's
blah,
it.
blah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think they respect that a lot more.
Yeah, and I'm like, hey man, we can take a picture. I love you so much. No,
That pushes
It's like,
them
bro,
away for the
Yeah,
next
you
year.
don't want that.
You got to play it cool.
We actually
like,
had, which was a cool story, is we had Ed Reed on the show. I don't know if you know football fans. Ed Reed, Hall of Famer from the Ravens.
I'm not sure.
Best safety to ever
Hall
play.
of Fame safety for the Ravens.
Best safety to ever play. And we had him on our show because a friend of a friend hooked us up, and we did it virtual. And he was sitting.
No, not a friend of a friend. He followed us on Instagram.
That's right. It was
That was
Fred Robbins was
Fred
the
Robbins
friend.
and
Take
then-
that credit away.
Yeah,
No,
come on,
you're
bro.
right. You're right. My mistake. He had followed us, and we got him on the show. We did it virtual, and he was sitting like he was just chilling. He was in his mother's garage, just on
Like on a pull-out chair.
on a folding chair, just with the thing down right. And we log on.
Did you guys have the beach chair at that time?
No, we upgraded. We
Nah.
had like 2 nice seats. The wall was still white. We had pictures. We had a little bit more professional setup. But like when we always tell a story, when he first followed me, I couldn't be like, "Hey, bro, come on my podcast." Well, I just messaged him like, "Hey, man, thanks for the follow." I was like, "How did you find me?" That was like big when like the Explore page was big. So he's like, "Oh, I love cigars. I saw your stuff and I wanted to follow you." He's like, "Good stuff. Keep it up." And I was like, "All right, cool." So then I kind of just left it alone. And then I told Josh, I was like, "Yeah, we got to keep like kind of build some street cred because he was like our 80th something episode, so we're still like relatively.
We're on like 300 plus now.
Oh,
yeah.
fire.
So we just had John Starks on from the Knicks. So I was like, all right,
That
bro.
we
I actually go to his. I go to his.
yeah. I think
his
we talked
cigar
yeah.
bar.
in Stanford. Yeah,
That we went to his place to do it, and that was a cool episode.
It's a nice spot.
yeah,
that
it's
was a
cool.
cool episode.
So we came up like at a strategy because like I noticed he would always repost people stories and stuff on his Instagrams, and then like I would join some of his lives and I'd be like, "Hey, what's up, Reed?" And he'd be like, "Brother Cigar," and my name was Brother Cigar on Instagram at the time. He's like, "Brother Cigar, what's going on?" I was like, "All right," he knows who I am. So we made this like strategy. Like, all right, bro, we talked about him like on a podcast, so we wanted to make a clip of it. So we made the clip, and then I posted it and tagged him. He posted it and tagged him, and then we posted on our burn down on the podcast. Insta, and he reposted Justin's. I was like, yo, you gotta message him. So he was like, yeah, bro. Like he said something like, what did he say? He said something like a funny response, like, yeah, no doubt. Look, we'll make that happen. And that's how we had him on. But it was like very strategic how we tried to infiltrate him and get him on.
But so we get him on, and like I said, he's on like a folding chair in his mom's garage, and he logs on. And this is where it was such a surreal moment, because like we grew up watching him play football, right? Like he was on the Ravens, and you would watch him play, right?
My family's from Maryland,
and Tom Brady, the GOAT, had on his QB sleeve, watch out for number 20.
Oh, that's sick.
That's
cold.
So it's like whenever he played, he goes, watch out for number 20, because you never know where he's going to be, right? So we get him on the show, and as soon as he logs on, he's like, Justin, Eric, what's going on, guys? I'm a huge fan. I've been watching you for a long time. So happy to be on your show. I'm like, hold on a second. Yeah. You're a fan of our show? I'm like, I grew up watching you play football, man. I'm a fan of you. And he's like, man, this is so cool. And it was just like a really cool classic conversation. But that just set the tone of like, there's no fanboying. It was just two guys. Like, yeah, you're a Hall of Famer, right? We're just a couple guys in my pool house.
I was definitely nervous first starting out, first trying to get, because this was like our first major athlete celebrity. So we were just trying to play it cool. But then after the first 5-10 minutes,
it snowed that day.
It was a blizzard.
It was a blizzard.
I remember
he was almost gonna.
You know. I was thinking about that on the way up here. I was thinking that you said that your wife told you can't miss that.
Yeah, she was like. Yeah. So I worked on Long Island. I worked in a town called Port Washington, so it's closer to like Queens. Yeah, but it's north.
Isn't there a ferry over there?
Or Port Jeff.
Port Jeff. Yes. Yeah. I wish there was a ferry from Port Washington because it leads you right to Westchester. But it was like she didn't know who he was, but I was like, this is like a big moment for us. This is huge. And she was like, Eric, if you have to sleep at Justin's to go do it, you just got to go do it. And I was like, sick, say less. So I left early. I drove like 20 miles an hour here to get to the blizzard, but we fucking made it. And I remember standing up and wanted to just run through that door because I was so fired up that we did. I was like,
it was great.
Let's fucking go, bro.
So but it was awesome because, like you said, like just regular guys. You know, he just happens to be really good at football. And, you know, but it was a really cool episode. We've had a whole bunch of other people on as well that were just. You know,
a lot of athletes
big
like to smoke.
Oh yeah,
they all do.
Big thing.
They all, and that's what he was saying. He goes, dude, more people smoke than they don't in like the NFL. I mean, look at any championship. When you win, what do they hand out?
Cigars.
Stogies. Yep. Every single championship they hand them out. They're all in there doing a press conference with the Stogies.
Right? They all have events and all that shit. And there's always cigars going around.
Yeah, they all do.
We Jordan is a big smoker.
Well, there's a golf.
He pushed that too.
There's a golf outing coming up. If you guys wanted to do it next month, it's for the NFL draft. So it's a golf outing during the day and then a draft party at night. And they're gonna have Braylon Edwards there from the Jets. A couple other football players should be there, but
they're trying to get Revis, right?
Revis and Le'Veon Bell, if I remember correctly.
Is Mosley showing up again too?
I don't know about Mosley, but that'd be a fun guys, if you guys want to play golf. But that's a fun golf outing too.
But you don't have to play golf. You can just come to the after party, which is the draft, and then we'll be like in the VIP section, doing the cigar things. But it's cool because it's just like they all just chill. Like I said,
it's in Harrison, in Westchester.
Harrison Meadows Country Club.
We'll
send you the information after.
Yeah, send me the information.
It's
if
cool
you want
stuff,
to go,
man.
yeah.
But like I said, these guys, it's just they all smell like the story with Jordan. I love this story. He walked in, forgot what team it was he was playing against, and it might have been the playoffs. But he walks in pregame to the opposing team's locker room with a lit cigar, puffing on a lit cigar, right before game time, like 30 minutes before game time, puffing on a lit cigar. Walks in, he goes, "So who's guarding me tonight?" And everybody looks around, and they look at whatever the guy's name was guarding him. And Jordan goes, 50, and walks out. Dropped 55 that night.
Nice. Cold right there.
With a lit cigar. Just puffing
son.
Like 50.
Come on,
and
son.
He scored 55.
You got to just put it on the table and just let him see it, bro.
Like,
That's fucking...
Yo.
Nah.
I love the Jordan and the Kobe Bryant stories. I love them. Those are the greatest things,
bro.
bro.
My God, I know. I love the Kobe Bryant story where they're playing in the Olympics at USA.
When he ran through Pau Gasol.
He
said,
run through that motherfucker.
Yeah, they're like, bro, you're not about to do that. That's your teammate. He's like, boom. Right through him. And Pau Gasol even said, like, yo, I understood why he did that.
Yeah, we're brothers, but not tonight.
Which is even cooler. He didn't take it personally. He was like, no, I know who Kobe is. I get it. Like, that's my teammate, but not today. He's not.
Not today. He goes, I don't care. Like,
bro, Kobe made, I think the whole team, was it Kobe or Jordan? made the whole team take the sneakers off. His
Kobe.
sneakers. He's like, yo, you guys are not even bowling the way you're supposed to. Take my shoes off.
It was one of the. I feel like I want to say it was Kobe. Maybe it was Jordan.
Sounds like a Jordan.
You know what's so crazy?
But
I respect Jordan. You know, there's a clip on Instagram that I just saw the other day. I think it was part of the movie where Jordan's mom gets the call from. Well, she don't get the call. I think she called Nike and was like, she's like, okay, my son's gonna do the deal, but this is how we're gonna do the deal. And the guy was, I guess it was on the verge of it going out.
Yeah.
So he picks up the phone. He gets up from his desk and he's like, oh, yeah, man. What can I do for you? And she just starts laying down the law. And she's like, he's gonna get a percentage. He's gonna get a royalty for every sneaker. He's like, man, that's.
Do you know? Didn't he get fined because there was a rule in place that your sneakers had to be over 50% white, I think. And when he first came out with the all like red and black sneakers,
it was on the Letterman show, I believe, right?
He got fined like $10,000 a game for wearing them or something like that. Yeah, there's a story. You got to look up. There's a story where he came out with these, and they're like, you can't wear them. They're not. He goes, I'm wearing them. He goes, well, we're going to fine you.
There's a cool cigar lounge in South Carolina that has our cigars called the Vintage Whiskey and Cigar Club. And it's a nice lounge, and it's actually labeled a historical building because it's Michael Jordan's father's mechanic shop that he used to work out of.
That's right, he was a mechanic,
and they turned it into a cigar lounge. How fucking cool is that?
Wow, that is cool.
And it's like a historical building through the state, which is pretty.
Wild. We actually interviewed the guy who smuggled Cuban cigars across the border for Jordan.
Yeah.
Dude.
We interviewed this guy.
Legit. He has pictures at his house. Yep. He's got articles because he was telling. I'm like, nah, bro. He's got pictures to document everything. News articles.
He was the Cuban cigar smuggler. And he in the 90s, like 80s, 90s, he was smuggling cigars for all the famous athletes.
That's a badass story.
Yeah, he was like a gang leader in Chicago in the 70s. He was selling like coke and was on the run from the feds. Lived in like Mexico and shit, and went to jail for a little bit, right? If I remember.
Yeah,
correctly.
he did that, and then he was like, he got into the cigar thing and was doing that for a while, and then his dream was always to open a gym. So he had like this, dark past that he got out of to now turn his life around and open up a gym, and now he's got multiple gyms, and he's like, on the out and clean. But it's a great story. He's like,
he showed me a picture of him in Jordan's house, and I was like, all right, that's cool. Then I saw his shoes were off. He was in socks, and I was like, all right, he's actually hanging out at this man's house.
He's a friend.
Yeah, like he's hanging out at his house.
It's cool stuff.
So once you see his socks, you're like, all right, he's like chilling there. But all right.
But anyway, so let's get back to Silverback contracting. Right, we go off on rants. Yeah, but that's what this show's about.
Being brothers in business together. What would you say are some pros and some cons about working together, or if there's any cons for you guys?
The pros, I have two set of eyes everywhere. Yeah. If I can't do something, he's there, and if he's not around, I'm around.
Right. And it's almost two sets of the same eyes.
Yes.
Correct.
Right? Because you guys both probably think the same way, you act the same way, you have the same ideas, you agree. So you're like,
do you guys have like different roles and responsibilities that each person does? Like, I do usually this.
My brother's more hands-on, and my brother's the face, and it's always been that way. I don't care that's how I always wanted it. And I'm kind of more just like the background. I do more like the, all the shit behind the scenes,
making shit happen.
Oh yeah. There's some like heavy, relationships and stuff like that I kind of and he does too, but that's more my role,
So you're more the face, and you're more like the sales, putting all the jobs together, and he's
business development,
getting all the jobs.
We're 5 years in, so it's still kind of like scrambled. Who does what? It's hard to give someone a position.
That's true.
It's not too much of it,
You do whatever needs to be done at the time, whoever's available.
Now that we're getting more busy and things are flowing and we have some good contracts coming in, we're going to situate ourselves a little better to understand, like, to get the office corporate.
Did you guys find it, we had, his name's Mike Lelia from Lelia Electric. So he started up his electrical business around the same time, like right after COVID. And he's part of the circle, actually. I don't know if you guys ever met him.
No.
But
Elia?
Mike Lelia.
No.
And one of the biggest things he said was like he got a huge job. It was like basically like a ground up manufacturer, and he did all the electrical. It was a monster job for him, but he was micromanaging that job so much that he wasn't out getting new jobs. So like by the time the job was coming to an end, he's like, shit, what the fuck do I do? Were you guys ever in that situation where you kind of just at the job site too much where you guys weren't bringing in new jobs?
Yeah, that happened a lot in the
I'm
beginning.
sure, right?
In the beginning.
That's when I was like, shit, I can't do the work and get the jobs, you know? And he's running for me for materials and getting things. We were too focused on the job
Right.
and getting things perfect that we didn't focus on the outside. But which is fine because you build a name of how you want things done.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how we got around, knowing that we do good work all the time. I made sure of that. I slept at the jobs if I had to.
White
Make
glove
sure-
customer service, like, you know.
And then I realized I think we need to hire somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And we brought in a guy, and it took
The best
a
guy.
long time to find good people, you know?
The best guy.
How do you find guys? Like, how do you qualify someone that's good? Obviously, they got good with their hands, craftsmanship. But is there any personality traits or like work ethic that you guys look into?
Right now, I have two guys. They're religious. They go to church. I know they're not getting fucked up on the weekends.
Yeah.
They come into work. They show up at work. They're responsible. That's pretty much all I need. And know what you're doing. You don't have to know everything. I know a lot. So I'll guide you. And if I don't know, there's YouTube.
Dude.
And there's
Yeah.
ChatGPT. We figured this shit out.
That's the other thing too. Is I feel like a big trait is being teachable, right?
Yes.
Because like there's certain skills or there's certain personality traits that you can't really teach. Like either have them or you don't, or it's like just the work ethic. Like you can't really teach. Either you're a hard worker or you're lazy,
Yes,
right?
right.
And or just being a good person or being personable, things like that. Like everything else, I could teach you. I could teach you how to frame a house.
That's
I
right.
could teach you how to do
That's
this
right.
stuff. That can all be taught, but I can't teach you to show up on time and be punctual.
Don't
I can't
be don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't care.
Can't
I
teach
don't
you how-
care
yeah.
if you got a criminal record. I don't care what it is. Just don't be a piece of shit. Be a good guy, and everything else we'll teach you.
That's it. And that's like you said. You're like these guys are religious. They go to church on Sunday, so these like
They're not playing.
So I
the
tell you
Bible's.
this,
You want to learn how to be a good person? Read the Bible.
Yep.
The
Listen.
Bible teaches you how to be a good
No,
person.
our number one guy, Mario. I just moved on Saturday, and I said Mario's just got to be there just to be there. I don't care. Mario's got to be there because he's my extra set. I trust him that much in my house. That's the type of guy that you want to
Yeah.
work for you. You
and I
know,
trust them in all houses, not just ours, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I would think, like the common thing is you try to find people that are like you. Like try
Yes.
to find a clone out there that's just like me, that does what I do, what I think.
And you don't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect in
Yeah.
anything, you know?
Right.
You fuck up, we'd fix it. But try.
And just
you know?
and the other thing too is be accountable, right? If you mess up, own it. I messed up. What do I have to do to fix it? What can I learn from it?
That's it.
Not
Yeah.
like I kind of try to hide it. Like no, I messed up. Listen, I did this. Yeah, did you do that? Because I did that. My bad. How do I do that the right way next time? Or how can I fix it? Right. Just own it. Be accountable for what
when
you
I
did.
bring in other trades, I have my guys shadow them. Like, yo, if we need to fix a little piece of floor, you need to know how to do this shit. You know, I'm not going to bring in a company to fix something that you guys could do. So they always shadowing. I always keep them around. I make sure they're learning. Whatever they need, tools, I'll spend whatever I got to spend on tools, material, whatever I need to get it done fast and efficient and the best outcome.
Yeah, I feel like the contracting companies that I see that I work with, they are successful because they care about everybody, all their office employees, all their field employees. They all treat them like family.
That's
you know?
right.
Yeah, I care about my guys more than I care about myself, I think, you know? I'm
Yeah,
like, yo, they need to eat. They need to pay their bills. I'm always on top of that.
I feel like that
I'm
goes
like,
a long way.
I don't want them to sit home. You know, if they get slow, they come to my house. We're gonna do something.
Yeah,
that's
you
the
know-
number one thing is keeping them working.
yeah. Keep them busy, keep it going. Because I feel like the morale around a good company is what keeps people around. Because if like you guys are shitty bosses, like, hey Mario, you fucking go over there, fucking do this, and what the fuck you doing?
Nah, you don't treat people like
yeah,
that.
and he's gonna be like, you know what, fuck these guys. I'm
In
not
the
gonna work
'90s,
with
that should work.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Today, nobody wants that. Bro.
You also
Yeah.
have to give like people like some type of leeway, right? Like it's like sometimes you're gonna wake up in the morning and it's not gonna be the best day, and then it's okay, right? Like you're not gonna show up.
You're giving
and
them grace.
Yeah, so it's you got to understand that.
There's like there's a term I heard or saying they said giving people grace with standards, right? Like there's a standard that we need
Correct.
to meet,
Correct.
but if something were to happen and like you had said, it's a bad day, you don't jump down their throat. You give them a little bit of grace. Now, if it becomes a continual,
Then it's a problem.
Then it's a
then
problem.
it's like a problem. Okay, why are you continuing to do the wrong thing here? It's like give him a little bit of grace, right?
And I sit
He
with
shows
them.
up to work late or something, and you're like, All right, man, what happened? I sorry, man. I missed my alarm, or there was some traffic. I missed. All right, no problem.
Perfect. I get
You're
it.
showing up to work late every single day. Now we got a problem.
That's a
And
problem.
I sit with them and I treat them like my family, like you said. And I'm like, do you feel comfortable doing this, or do you want me to bring some guys in so you can learn? And they'll tell me, look, we feel comfortable, or no, bring guys so we can learn.
Yeah.
And it makes everybody's life easy. I'm not upset.
And it's a lot nowadays. It's like Eric had said. It's about the culture of a company. When you have a company where everybody, they're friends with each other, they enjoy going to work and hanging out with their bosses. Right? All right, work's done. You go out you have a drink with your boss or something. You have a dinner, and you guys are all chopping it up, and you're having a good time. You're making fun of each other. The morale of everybody at the company is at a high, and then that breeds success because people want to go to work. But if you go to work and you're just getting berated every single day by your boss and he's micromanaging everything, you're like, man, I don't look forward to going to work.
I used to work for people. I want to be appreciated sometimes. A slice of pizza went a long way.
Yeah.
Bro, a simple good job goes a long way. Like,
it's
that looks good.
A simple calling, not about business. Hey, how's your family? I remember last week your daughter was sick. How's she feeling? She feeling better?
That's big.
That little bit, but
That's
thank
big.
you so much for calling. Yeah, she's doing really good.
Yeah.
Thank you for. All right, anything else?
You said you had an appointment on Thursday.
That's
How did it go?
Yeah, you had surgery the other
big.
day. Did
It's
surgery go
very
well?
big.
You recovered.
Very
Like
big. Very
that
big.
goes a long way because you're caring about your employees, not treating them like you treat them like people.
I feel like when there's a personal connection, if you have like a personal relationship with your boss, like he treats you right or he cares about you
With a level of respect.
with a level of respect. You're not gonna you're not his best friend, you're not his buddy,
Right.
But like there's a respect. Like, all right, me and him are friends, but he's my boss,
yeah.
but we have a good relationship. I feel, and this is talking from my experience, when I had good relationships with my higher ups, I always felt like I got to do right by them because they're always like, "Hey, how you doing? Yo, man, good job. Oh, good job over here. How you doing?" I was like, if I do something wrong, or if I'm not doing the best I can, I feel like I'm kind of like disappointing them a little bit because I have an expectation.
Right.
And I feel like that's what people want.
Yeah, I say thank you all the time. I walk on the job. Thank you guys for doing the right job. Thank you guys
Shake
for
everybody's
Yeah.
hand.
cleaning up. Thank you
That's
guys
it,
for
man.
this. Thank you guys for that. It's just a thank you.
I don't care if there's 12 guys. I'm shaking everybody's hand.
And
Thank you.
like I said, back in the day, I felt like you can get away with berating
Yeah,
people.
that's how
That was more
I think
common.
that's how I learned.
Yeah.
Fucking
I mean, when I
shit
fucking,
to
your dad.
Listen, in New York, it builds character.
It does.
Okay,
Yeah, it's like working with your dad. Pass me the Phillips. This is a fucking screwdriver. I need a fucking flathead.
Yeah. You need more of that, though.
Yeah.
You need a little bit more of the father.
The younger generations need a little bit more of that. We got that already.
But yeah, there was a lot of that back in the day, and I guess that's why that's why I always did my own thing because I was never too good with that type of vibe, because I'm like, I don't know, I don't think that's gonna work today, buddy.
But now, and
I never appreciated that, so I would never reciprocate that to anybody.
that's what I'm saying. Today, now that don't work, and now now you know how to.
They're gonna leave.
Yeah,
They're gonna leave.
Everyone's gonna leave.
They're gonna leave.
I don't think my guys will leave me.
That's
I
good.
don't. Even if it got slow, I think they'll stay. They'll stay around, or not stay around and wait for me. But if I call them back, they'll be right there.
Do you guys have or is there a bread and butter that you guys do that you're like, we got a job like this? Like this is the most what's the most profitable type of work that you guys like to do or you already do?
Repair work.
The ones you
You're
get paid
in,
fast.
You're in and you're out.
Repair,
Repair
The
work
big
is
jobs,
the
you
best.
gotta wait for your money.
Yeah.
repair works are like day jobs.
And sometimes if I got too much repair work, I do them. I'll jump on one, and I'll just do what I got to do. Because I know, this bring a couple $1,000s in.
That's
if
right.
I do it,
Yeah.
I don't have to pay nobody. And
Yeah.
I'll do it in a day or two by myself.
And also the guys seeing you getting your hands dirty, they're like, oh shit.
I haven't done it in a while. But
That's
My
a
man's
good-
getting cushy up in the desk.
Listen, that's a good point you say, because when you have, I feel like sometimes you get people in higher positions that are making the decisions and managing the people in the trenches that have never been in the trenches.
Oh man, that's a big thing.
You know, and that's the
Yeah.
thing when they see the guy who's my boss can do all the stuff that I'm doing, and he's done this. Now he's moved his way up to build the company. Now he's making the decisions, but he was once in this position. So I trust him because he knows what it's like to be down here. But when you got these guys that are making all these decisions, they're like, have you ever been in the trenches doing what you're doing? No. So you don't know that that's not going to work.
I mean, that's like where I work now, like with my insurance brokerage, right? All the higher ups, all the executives, still a private company, so they still are out there selling, even though they're in high executive positions, making
They're still doing it.
a tremendous amount of money.
You got to respect
They
it.
still go out, they still sell, they still have relationships. So it's like, he's not just sitting in his office with his feet up smoking a cigar, like knowing, like, hey,
Or like the sales guy. Like,
I don't think
we'll
I
get
can.
it
I don't
done
think I
in
can
3
sit in an
days.
office, man.
yeah, it's
I
like,
gotta move.
It
I
kind
gotta
of gets
see the
boring.
light.
I agree. You got to keep it funky, keep it fresh, something new every day.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while, it's good on a Friday. You kind of dip out a little bit early. I did what I need to do, but yeah, you gotta earn the respect of your peers.
Correct.
That's right. That's right.
We work so hard to get to where we're at now that if you want a nice day for yourself, we take it.
Yeah, and I think you guys were telling me that you guys were going away on vacations with your families, taking your kids
Finally,
everywhere. Yeah,
after all these years, you could do it.
that's
you know?
it, and you finally get to that
You
point.
got to do it. Otherwise, you get burnt out.
Yeah.
You got to do it. And even Grant, listen, you love what you're doing, and it's not considered work. You love doing that stuff, but you got to take a break sometimes. You got to take a break. Just recharge the batteries. Spend the time with the family. Just solely on family time. No work. Leave the work stuff at home. Shut the computer down. Turn the phone off. Like, be so focused on the family time to reset. And then when you come back, you're like, all right, now I'm
fresh.
Yeah, that's like one of my things right now that like I'm trying to work on because I'm like always on go, bro. And I have not like shut it off in a while. I don't know if I know how to, but like I just feel like that's just how I am every day. But I've been doing like I've been taking like 1 day a week and like just shutting it down. And I feel like I'm getting a lot more done.
More
like,
productive.
Yes.
Yeah, more productive throughout the week because I'm taking that day off.
Because you have two boys, right?
I have 2 boys, yeah.
And you have
Two girls.
2 girls, right? Okay.
And my oldest son and my oldest niece are only 12 hours apart.
I was telling
no
I was
way.
telling that story the other day. Matter of fact, actually, Because-
only 12 hours apart.
Yeah.
So you know exactly what happened.
Oh, yeah. There's a story. There's a story
I
behind
was
it.
going to
isn't
say, you guys must have been at the same party or something, and you went home the same night.
there? No, there's a story behind. I think I was telling that story like this past weekend or something because my wife is like itching for another baby. My brother and sister-in-law just had theirs, but they kind of want another one. So I was like, hey, bro. You're ready. We're gonna do this the same thing. I was talking because my
Put
young,
your ear pod in.
yeah. I think it was my middle brother. They're trying to as well. So I was like, hey, bro. If you want to
all
try and
go
line
together.
this up, I'm just gonna send you a smiley face, and it's good to go. Like let's get it go.
Eggplant emoji.
And I was
Put
telling,
a
I was
sock
like,
in the door handle, man.
I was like, I said I met these guys in the city, and they were telling me their story about their niece and nephew are basically like a few hours apart because they planned it. I'm like, that's a fucking wild story.
Isn't there like a
We
term
didn't
for
plan
that?
that,
Like,
Oh, you didn't plan it?
No, we didn't plan
Oh,
that.
I thought you guys planned
no,
that.
but what I'm saying
I
is
didn't
like
even-
that
I
means
didn't
you
even
guys,
know.
most of did the deed at the same,
We were
roughly the
thinking
same time.
Yeah.
So I mean, you guys are brothers. So you probably had the same thought in your mind. Like,
Honestly, when I said I popped the news first because I knew it was coming, right? Like I knew what
then you
I
pop
did.
what you said. Like, oh, funny you should say because
No, I
Like
didn't
2
even know.
weeks after, bro.
you didn't even know.
No, I didn't even know. Then a couple days later, or weeks later, I don't remember the
It
timeline.
was like 2 weeks, not even. Yeah.
My girl, she's like, I feel weird. I was like, take a test, And she took this out. I was like, oh shit, you're not the only one.
Yeah.
I remember, dude. I
that's
remember
crazy.
when
So,
my-
bro, I went to my.
And I had the baby first.
He had the baby.
Yeah,
first.
so what was that story? What was the delivery day like?
So the delivery day was my brother. 2 different hospitals.
I was
on
just gonna
Staten
ask
Island.
two different.
Two different hospitals. So like the whole time, remember my niece was born first, so she was in labor, and we were like kind of like just at that hospital. My mom kept saying, "The baby's gonna come at the same time. I'm telling you, they're gonna come at the same time." So,
Isn't
anyways,
it wild how they know that? Like your
Yeah,
mother
it's
knows.
wild, right?
Like, how the heck did you know?
Mothers know everything.
Yeah,
Mother's
intuition.
They
mothers
know
are good.
everything.
So I was all day there in that hospital. I get home, with my mother. I drive my mother home, and all of a sudden I get the text, boom, and I was like, oh my god, day's over. Thank God, maybe I get some rest. Boom, bro, I was up for a whole day because I went right to it, right back to the other hospital, and then my son was born that morning.
Crazy.
It was the crazy. I remember everything, but it was like it felt like one long day.
How old?
Sure.
How old are they now?
They're gonna be
6,
7.
Going into
Give me
7.
7.
Yeah, so it's one's July 2nd, which is my niece Riley, and then my son Jameson is July 3rd.
Oh, so it was like one was born like in the evening, in the morning. Like
My
right
daughter
I was
born
watching
at
the
night, and
fireworks
His
in
son
the-
was born in the morning.
Well, that's
Yeah.
kind of cool. Now you have to. So it's not the same birthday. It's like day after.
Yeah.
That's
like
wild.
4th, and then the next day was 4th of July.
Yeah.
So I was watching the 4th of... Yeah, so I was watching it on TV. Yeah. And my favorite holiday is 4th of July.
Is
Just
it?
so-
Yeah,
put that out
that's...
there.
Well,
I feel like it's the best holiday.
bro, fucking beers, hot dogs, the
hot
fucking
dogs,
nice fireworks.
Everybody's
hot sun.
happy because the
Yeah.
summer just started.
No
It's just
doubt.
a vibe.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
no doubt. Well, then you also make it like if July 4th ends like on a Sunday, then you have your niece's birthday on a Friday, your son's
That's a
birthday
party
on a
week.
Saturday.
That's a
haven't
party
done it-
weekend.
We haven't done it like that yet. We still will separate the weekends.
Yeah, we separated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess because they're
Once they get older, they'll be like, all right, let's just do it together.
yeah, just do it together.
Yeah.
You gotta give them their separate birthdays. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
right now
got
you
you.
have to.
That makes sense. Damn, because I mean it's pretty.
That's a cool story though. That's pretty cool, man.
It's wild. I was legitimately talking about it this weekend.
Like what are the odds? You know, you guys like. So how old are you guys?
Crazy.
How old are you guys now?
I'm 35.
35,
And I'm 32.
32.
But I'm going to be 33 this year.
Yeah. So it's like you go, you know, your whole lives. You guys are very close, hanging out, right? Dating girls, breaking up, dating, right? You find your wives. Right? Next thing you know, it's like everything that's gone on. Bang! We have our first kids like the same.
Together.
Like you're
Now,
like,
is it just
what
you
are
two
the
guys?
odds,
You have any
man?
other siblings or
We
no?
have a sister.
We have a
Your
sister.
sister.
Yeah.
Does she have any
Younger?
kids?
No,
No.
kids.
No kids.
Older or younger
27,
sister?
She's the
27,
young-
28.
Oh, so she's the youngest.
Yeah.
See, that's how I would want things. 2 older brothers and the youngest sister.
That's,
See, that's
ideal.
That's
yeah, right.
Yeah.
But I don't got that no more.
Yeah, no, neither do I. I have my daughter, and he's got
I'm on a good start. I got the one son right now.
The boys are cool, bro.
We want to. We want
Yeah.
the same. We want 2 boys and then the girl.
Were you guys very protective of your sister growing up?
Oh,
Very.
man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. She could tell you a story for days. Dude.
Come on.
I kind of
share-
traumatized her a little.
I got. Dude,
But that's
I got a funny story. I want to hear
She's
your
tough
stories,
as nails,
but
but-
I want to hear yours. But I have a funny story with my oldest sister.
Yeah, let's hear a little story there.
But I want to hear some of your stories
Come on.
about your.
He was more tougher with that. I kind of like was there as
well,
dad.
you were because
Like, I was-
she had 27,
My parents got divorced, so I kind of like took over the house.
Yeah, it's a-
and you were 35. So you were like when your younger sister, you're 8 years old. So you're like she's coming up in the school system. You're out. Like you had graduated high
So there was
school
no
and she's
friends
entering
there.
middle
Yeah.
school. So you were kind of the guy who was still around in the school district.
So I was around. So like my brother, mother, and sister always lived together, and then I was like on my own. So like I like left the house 17 years old and was like, oh, I'm gonna figure this shit out. You know?
Did you ever move back in?
I can't. You know, like you get like spurts like here and
You go
there.
out
but
17, you're like, shit, I can't do this. I gotta go back. I gotta go back,
I
Mom.
went. Oh, I went to my grandmother's house.
Mom, I gotta go back. I was joking.
But like with my sister, like I was like super strict with the guys, right? Like
of
I was
course.
like, like you're not coming in this, like So like my sister would like take the train home from school, and she would tell her boyfriend like, yeah, you got to walk like a block away from me because if my brother whips around this corner right now, we're screwed, both of us, But I think that like in a way, it gave her like that conscience, like if I do something fucked up right now, like my brother might turn that corner and it's gonna be a problem, because I got to make sure.
And
that
then
she's
and she didn't tell him like I also have a second brother
second
who's
brother.
older and bigger.
And
Like
then we have a lot of friends.
They
that
call
are
him the Silverback.
you know what I'm saying? Like just don't let it get to him. You know what I'm saying?
We got the gorilla, but then there's also the Silverback in the background somewhere.
yeah.
waiting.
I have a
That's
funny story.
funny.
So I had my parents were split up as well, but I had my blood sister is 4 years older than me, and I have 2 stepsisters in the middle, and so we're all kind of within that 4 year gap. But I remember my sister. This kind of goes back to what I was saying is that 2 year gap in high school. That's a big gap for a guy, right? So my sister is she was like she was 16, and she was dating this guy, and the guy wound up leaving her for her best friend. Ooh. Right? Very bad situation. And I remember her coming into my room and was, bawling her eyes out, and she was really upset. And she's like, Justin, I want you to go kick his ass. And I remember
But
telling
you're older or younger?
no, so I'm
Younger.
younger.
Oh, okay,
So
got
she's
it.
16, right? I'm 12. And I went to her, I was like, Alex, I would love to do that.
See, the funny thing about
I was
age,
like, but the
by
funny
bank
thing
count.
about age, especially right now, is I'm just entering puberty
I didn't get
at
my muscles
12,
yet.
Yeah.
and he's 17. Like, not really much I can do. Now, I'm like, I'm 35, he's 42. I'll mess him up.
Yeah,
I was like, but like 12 to 17, that's a big gap for a kid.
That's a big gap. That's a
I was
big
like,
gap.
can't really do much. I'm sorry. Hey, talk to me in 10 years. Hey,
man, leave my sister alone.
I know. It's like, what? Yeah. I was like, can't really. But yeah, I was like, kind of became the older brother to all of them because I was the only brother. But that was just funny. So I was like, yeah, I can't really do much. I'm sorry. You're kind of on your own
Did
with
you
this
get in
one.
a lot of trouble for them?
No, not really. Not. I always got their back. I mean, I remember there's a couple of
You got
guys.
3 girls.
Yeah, I remember there's just a couple of guys. One guy like keyed one of my stepsister's car, and I remember basically telling him like, dude, I know where you live. Like, don't ever talk to my sister again, or I'll make sure you breathe out of a straw.
That's right. That's
right.
right.
Yeah, didn't ever have to go to that extreme, but
you always gotta.
I remember this one time. So my stepsister was dating this kid, and he was a little prick, and he wound up coming over for a family dinner, and I'll never forget his face because my stepfather's a big guy too, and he was like worked out a lot in his younger years. He's older now, so he stopped working, but like he's a big guy. And I'm not a small guy by any. So he came in, and this kid, I remember, he shook my stepdad's hand, and he's looking up at him. And then he shook my hand, and I'm bigger than my stepdad. And you could just see his eyes like, shit. Like,
2 of you.
do I really want to date this girl? There's 2 of these guys that are twice the size of me. But I never forget his face. He was scared.
In our family, like our
that's the best boyfriend.
Yeah, you're right, though. You're right.
You're not getting no problems. He's gonna be good. He's gonna treat
yes,
her
sir. Right away,
Uh-huh.
absolutely, 100%. Yep, yes, sir.
Grab me one too.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember my stepdad. I think he put him to work. He was just like, he came over one day, and he was just like,
we put our sister's boyfriend.
He's like,
to work.
come here for a second. Kid's like, what? He's like, go grab that rake. Go rake those leaves. Kid's like, go rake those leaves. I'd be like, kid did it. Kid went out, started rake the whole. What were you gonna say? No,
no, good man, good man.
He's like, you want to date my daughter? Go rake those.
Good
leaves.
man, good man.
I'm doing that with my daughter's boyfriends.
Yeah, when I used
They're
to,
gonna work.
I used to date this girl, and her dad had like a spray foaming business, and he always brought me on the weekends. He was like, I remember being like Columbia University, going up on ladders, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here?
But he'd pay you, right?
Oh yeah, he paid me.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he paid me and did everything. But in my head, I was like, all right, I got to earn the respect.
You got it.
But then he was like talking about like marrying his daughter. I'm like 21. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, I just want to date your daughter right now. I don't want to think about marriage. I'm like,
I think I like my car a little more.
Yeah, I like my space a little bit more. But yeah.
So like my brother's like super chill, like laid back. My brother's like he's just chill. I'm like the more like I'm like so like protective of like my family and
Yeah.
shit. Not that he's not. He is.
Just a different way.
But it's just in a different way, right? Like, but so like if the house is on fire, like I'm running towards the fire. That you know what I mean? And not saying that he wouldn't, but it's just I feel like if my sister was like in a real problem, she's going to call probably both of us, I would say. Like if she was in a
Depending on who she likes.
And then
at the
you're
moment.
gonna tell him.
I feel like
go handle it because I don't want.
Oh, we'll just go together.
Yeah.
Be like, listen, you go handle it. If you need backup, I'm here, but you take care of it, right? Because I'm the older.
I feel like if they
You
call
go
you
take care
both,
of it.
you show up and you're like, what the fuck's the problem? And you kind of just stand in the background, like, just
A lot of our problems
That's
were
very-
always there for
yeah.
each other.
That's
me and
very
him, so.
accurate.
You know what I mean?
That's very
Like, I'm
accurate.
pretty
Like, you're
sure
the
I'm
one
pretty-
in the, like,
yeah.
what the fuck's going on? And he's just like,
Yeah, accurate.
He's in the background. Yeah.
You nailed it.
which is kind of more scary when someone's like in the background
Yeah.
just grilling
Very
you
true.
and just not saying
Very
anything.
true.
Yeah, you know.
Because I'm protective too, but I don't like to talk, and I don't like to.
Yeah, very protective.
If I'm
the silent but deadly type.
Yeah. I'm watching you from the corner. I'm like, how am I going
silent
to choke him out?
And he's always been so strong. Like he's been.
Yeah, you're right.
My dad used to like make him lift like the TV. You know them big TVs, the screen TVs.
Yeah,
back
the
in
big-
day?
the box
My brother
big
was like
screen.
10 years old. My dad's like, bring this up the stairs, and he would have to do it. You know.
Fucking silverback, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking silverback.
He knew he had a little gorilla.
So what's in the future? What's you guys have anything in the plan, like in the future that you guys are trying to build on, like the 5-year plan roughly? Like what are some of the goals that
Any
you guys
cool
have?
projects?
The
you
end
guys-
goal is to build the buildings.
Develop. We
Develop.
want to do full-time development.
Okay.
That's
So
the
ground
goal.
up shit.
Skyscrapers is
We
going to be
just
the
got.
end goal.
We just got the license this year to build. Now we're just learning how to do it, making the right connections, making sure we don't fuck up. Which
You know who to
Doesn't
call.
make
You know who to
sense.
call when you need that.
which
when you
doesn't
need
make
that.
sense. Yes.
You know who to call for that.
We got you.
That protection.
There you go. There you go. So, you have any projects, big projects that you've booked already that you're excited about that are coming up in the near future?
Right now, one of the most exciting things we have going on is NYU. Like,
Nice.
we're trying to lock in with NYU.
Oh, what are you doing
So-
for them? We're trying to do for them.
Whatever construction they need. So
you-
right
okay.
now we do have something in the line with NYU.
We were out with them last night.
We went out with them last night. We took them out to Carbone.
Hell yeah.
We
Carnegie Club after.
Yeah. Sang to him a little bit.
There you go. Let me serenade you.
No, so we went out to dinner and things look good.
Nice.
You know?
Nice.
Now
That's
it's
awesome.
just wait for it to pop.
There you go.
Just
But
water the
interesting.
seed.
That's interesting. That's a big, it's a big client.
So you guys be like a contractor they call,
A vendor,
like,
yeah.
they call, That's what you need. That's how you get in there.
So it's like from what I understood yesterday, it's for like the professors and the people that work for NYU. It's not like the dorms, right? That's what he said.
No, it's not dorms. NYU has over 2,000 apartments that they give to the professors. They'll give to doctors at a cheaper rate.
As part of
But it's all rental
of a package.
So then, if
salary.
something goes wrong there, or they need like repairs, they would call you guys.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, how would you get into building? You got your license to build now. So would you essentially, there's a project that comes out. Would you put a bid on it and then see if you win the bid, and then whoever gets
Essentially, yes, that's how we do it now. But I want to kind of like control all the work myself.
Right.
I think that's like you make the most money that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right
definitely.
now, we're doing the renovations throughout the city, which is amazing. I've met a lot of amazing people that helped us get to this point.
Right.
Because you can't forget none of that. But I want to focus on developing, and eventually we talk about building a building in Manhattan one day. You know, that's like what we want to do.
That's the goal.
I want to hit every major city
Yep.
in the States.
you want to hit every major city.
Yeah.
At least one big boy in the city.
See, now that's a
cool
lofty
goal.
goal, and I
Yeah.
love that.
So-
I love that.
That reminds me.
So
of
in like
the,
5 years from now, when you guys are in Chicago and Miami, we look back and be like,
That's it.
This is
Yeah.
where it all started.
That
We're
reminds
going to
me
be doing
of
the
the,
podcast on the yacht.
There you go. There you
fuck
go.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
But that reminds me of there's a movie called Miracle, which is about the 1980 United States Olympic hockey team that beat the Russians. And in the very beginning of that movie, Herb Brooks is the guy who's interviewing to be the coach of the team. And the panel that's interviewing him, the board, he goes, he says, I want to beat the Russians at their own game, right? And now the Russians at this point had like never lost in 16 years or something. So the guy goes to him, he says, you want to beat the gold medal champs of 64, 68, 72, and 76? They go, that's a lofty goal. And the guy looks at him dead in the eye and goes, that's why I want to pursue it. Like, why would I want to
wanna be the
pursue?
first.
Yeah.
Why would I want to pursue any like easy
Second
goal? I want to.
place.
I want to pursue the hardest goal ever, and
That's
it
right.
kind of like shut them all up.
Yeah.
And that reminds me of that. It's like that's a lofty goal to build a skyscraper in every major city in the United States. But it's like, why wouldn't you want to go after that goal?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
100%.
Sky's the
know?
limit here.
I mean,
Yeah,
even, listen,
I shoot for the moon.
even
bro.
if you guys are still in business 20 years and you only did a few major cities, that's still fucking
That's
amazing.
awesome,
Even
man.
if you do
That-
one, even if you do one,
Yeah. Then
know?
you pass it down to your kids and say, now here's your job.
That's right.
I set it up. Now finish it. Right.
I mean, you
How
look at
many
all
more
the
can you-
contracting business in the city; they're all massive, big guys that go all over the world and the country. They all started somewhere,
That's right.
swinging a hammer somewhere.
Look at Gil Desert, the guy. He's built a whole Sunny Isles in Florida. Russian guy. He was a developer. Got cool with like the Trump organization. He was building for Trump for a little bit. Now the guy's name is slapped everywhere. I mean, the buildings aren't called after him. He's doing like the Aston Martin building. That's Gil Desert. The Porsche building. Where
It didn't even matter
the,
if your name's on a bill.
you know when
No, no.
the
Yes.
building where you could drive the car in the elevator and the elevator
That's
takes that's
awesome.
That's
They
Gil
have it in-
Desert.
they have it in
That's
That
the
is
guy.
Gil
awesome.
Desert.
He's from New York City.
Can you imagine that living in like on the 60th floor? It's like, where's your car? It's right here.
Yeah, it's in the living room.
It's in my garage. Oh, downstairs? No, it's right here. Let me open the door.
Yeah,
Your
let me,
car's right
let
there.
me do the auto start real quick.
And it's like you want to go. You push the button. I'll see.
Now
you look at your
everybody's
car.
dead in your house.
yeah, exactly.
You open
There's a
up. The,
ventilation system.
you
for
open
that.
up the garage door. You talk to your
put a
car.
fan in the window.
I'll see you in the lobby, honey. And you close the door. You push the button. The car goes down.
Nah,
That's
it's just sick.
Yeah, that's
sick.
awesome.
sick.
That's fun.
So so let's say Manhattan, right? First, guys, you want to build one in Manhattan.
That's
I'd
right.
love to.
What's
I
the
look
next-
at the skyline sometimes. I'm like,
and you're
it's
like,
gonna go right
there's a
there.
good spot, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the next city? What would be the next city right after Manhattan?
Brickell.
Miami. Yeah.
Miami.
Miami.
You do the four
I think you
corners.
have to.
You don't do the four corners. You do like New York, Miami,
I don't care. for
L.A.,
California.
Seattle.
I don't care for California.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. It's,
Well, if
If it changes, I'm in.
yeah, maybe Northern California. I don't really care for L.A. anyway.
Yeah,
I think L.A. is a very dark place.
You got Texas. Is
oh
dope.
yeah, go to
That go to
That's-
Texas.
Austin.
Texas.
Austin. Yeah.
Jersey got a lot
Go
of
to
nice
Texas.
cities.
Yeah, that's kind of cool that you said, like, I look at the skyline. I'm like, right.
We find that gap. We say to each other when we're driving, we look for a gap, and like that's where we want it.
Because how cool would it be if you're driving over the bridge and then, like, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, whatever, you're driving on the bridge and the spot that you always pick, you're like, there it is.
Mm-hmm. I'll look at the skyline. I'll text my brother a picture. Like if I'm in the promenade in Brooklyn Heights, it's like a nice view, and I'll circle it. Like, yo, it's gonna go right there.
You know, it'd be a sick idea too. Is so after every city, right? So let's say you build one in Manhattan. You get a picture of the skyline before you built it, and then a picture of the skyline after you built it, and frame it. It'd be like that was the before and after. You do that for every city. So in like your office, you got all of them. Like, see that was Chicago, before and after.
That's gotta be in your office when someone walks in.
That it would be awesome.
So when someone walks in your office, you're like, boom.
What did you do? Like that's the before and after. That's my building right there. You see the difference?
That kind of looks a little empty over there.
Yeah,
it's funny because I have a photo on my Facebook. And like my brother was working in the union, and me and my mom went to go visit him. So I'm like, Ma, take a picture. And I put the caption of the photo like, one day I'm gonna build a skyscraper in New York City, and this is gonna be the guy that builds it. But this is prior to us
before anything's said.
Right. So it's kind of crazy. Like
that's wild.
Yeah.
Now
it's
and that picture's got to be in your office too at some.
That's going up.
Yeah,
because my brother's in full hard hat gear, and
that's
I'm like,
amazing, bro.
with the button down, like
you
that's
gotta
going
do
up.
that.
That
would be that'd be sick.
Yeah, those are the stories you love to fucking hear, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like life is a bunch of that.
Vision, you know, you're looking over there. You don't have this vision yet. Mm-hmm. You don't know where you're gonna end up.
You know.
That's
but
so
the important thing is that you have it.
I love that, dude. Building one every
vision.
city, man. And then you got some cities too that like you can go to like what was it, Billings, Montana, over there, like that skyline with the mountains in the background.
Somebody was just telling
North
me,
Carolina.
that's
something like that.
That's what the kid from NYU was telling me. He's like, I want to retire in Montana, but they say there's places in Montana that look like it's like doesn't even belong in the United States. Like it's so gorgeous.
I went there. A buddy of mine had his bachelor party there. Dude, it's surreal, man. It's the landscape.
I always like Montana. Never been there though.
Dude, it was unbelievable. I'm like, this is real. Like I was sitting there in the morning because we had this Airbnb and there's just mountains in the background, and it looks like a screensaver.
Yeah,
I'm like
exactly.
And then I'm sitting there in the morning. I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. And then at night when the sun just like dips and it's like golden, it's like that almost like that redness that comes over. And I'm like, dude, how is this even real right now? This is just awesome. Looks like a screensaver. I go, this looks like a screensaver. I tried taking pictures of it. I'm like, it doesn't do it justice. It doesn't on the little phone. I'm like, no, it doesn't look good.
Even sitting out on the balcony in Vegas, you like look at the background with all the mountains and shit. Mm-hmm. It's incredible, man.
Isn't that wild when you fly into Vegas?
Can be done.
There's nothing.
And then all of a sudden there's like, bang.
All this light in the middle.
Dude, flying in at night is wild. If you fly into Vegas,
your buddy Eddie was just in Vegas, right?
Just in Vegas, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to go with my buddy every year for the first round of March Madness, and since the birth of my son, I hadn't gone, but I remember going. We flew in one night, and it's like pitch black, and all of a sudden you see like out the window in the distance, there's just lights in the middle of
the adult
black
playground
all the way around, and there's just gigantic city of.
I think I've always landed in the day for Vegas.
That was nothing at one point.
Oh
like,
yeah,
it's
a
so
desert.
crazy, dude.
Build it and they will come. Right.
That's it. That's the saying.
Bugsy Siegel.
Yeah, Bugsy.
I dated a girl a while ago, and she's like, "You got to watch this movie. It's called Bugsy." She's like, "You remind me just of the guy in the movie." She's like, because you think everything's got a price tag on it, like, and the guy in the movie, it does though. The guy in the movie, he pulls up to the house and he goes to he knocks on the door. He's like, "I want to buy your house." The guy's like, "It's not for sale." He's like, "There's a number," and he goes, "All right, give me this." He's like, "Done." Buys the guy's house.
keep adding a zero. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Bugsy Siegel.
But he's a part of that like whole chain of Vegas.
He was the reason why Vegas is what it is today. 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, he was.
There's a piece of property in Vegas, I think, that is still vacant. Somebody bought it a while ago. It was like
a casino.
No, it was just. I think it's vacant still, but somebody had bought it. I don't know, $500,000, $1 million or something, and I think now it's like $150 million to $200 million worth of property, and it's like this small lot that nobody has built yet, but it's worth so much money because it's like right smack in the middle of the strip. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, could you imagine how like?
I always wanted to go to that place where they chuck all the old signs. And there's a place in Vegas where
Where
they
is
take
that?
all the old
I feel like
and
I've
they
seen
put
that
it,
before.
It's like a it's kind of like a museum almost, but it's outdoor.
That's
and people go there and
It's for
take
sale.
pictures.
Can you buy them?
I don't know, but I know people go there and take pictures.
Did you hear about this thing about the red carpet stuff? Did you see this on news?
No, what?
Dude, so you know the red carpet, like all the stuff that they do for like the Oscars or the gold, the Grammys or whatever it is, where they lay out the red carpet and they put all the signage up. You know they toss all that, they trash it
Every time?
dude. So this lady, they just had on news. This lady found where they trashed it, and she took the red carpet out of the trash, and it's in her living room. She's like, "This is the red carpet that like all the like George Clooney and Brad Pitt, all these guys that walked on." She's like,
Alcohol's
I
on
don't
that
doubt
carpet?
it. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah,
but she goes, they
100%.
trash every year. They put it down and they trash it and they buy new the next time. I'm like,
Jesus
what?
Christ.
So you can just go and grab it, all that stuff, all the signage.
I'm not
all-
surprised, actually. I'm not surprised.
I'm like, that's
They
nuts.
sell this, or they
No, they trash
They
it.
trash it.
and you can just grab it.
And she just went to the dumpster and pulled it out.
she must have been
That's
stalking.
wild.
I was like, there's got to be a business behind
Because
that.
there's a lot of money in that.
There's got to be a business
the
behind
staging
that.
alone's got to cost a ton of money.
Somebody's got to think of a business where they can recycle that carpet into jackets or something and
Yeah.
sell them like it's a red carpet jacket or something like that. But it's just, they trash it all. Like, oh, that's so much waste. They
Yeah.
trash it all.
I'm not surprised.
I'm not surprised either, but
Yeah.
they had it on the news. She put it in her living room. She's like, yeah, I got the red carpet
That's
right
why
here.
I always thought about like restaurants. Like restaurants, at the end of the day, they'll throw all that food out. I'm like, yo, someone can benefit from the food
Yeah,
that
the
was
food,
just
yeah,
cooked. I
yeah.
mean, there's companies now that like do
take
that.
'em and give
But
it
I
to
remember
'em.
years ago, like being a kid, like, man, you're throwing all these bagels out, all these donuts, all this shit out.
I had a friend growing
I
up.
could
He
never
had a
do that.
deli, and at the end of the night, they made fresh bagels every day. At the end of the night, they bag up bagels, and they would be like, "Oh, how many you want? You want some?" He let me choose, but he'd bring it to the church, and they got to the point they're like, "Yo, we don't want bagels no more."
well,
You know what I would do is like as a restaurant is if you had like if I had
stop giving us
food,
fucking bagels, bro.
if
We're
I
good.
yeah right.
Like I'm done with my everything
Give me a
bagel every
pizza.
day for the last 2 years. Like I'm good, bro.
You know, it'd be a cool
Bring
idea
me a
is
muffin.
if you were a restaurant and you had food that was about to like if you didn't sell it that night, you had to trash it. Why don't you make that item on the menu half off, and just let people know like, hey, listen, tonight's half off. Or maybe that's how they do specials and stuff. But they're like, tonight's this menu right here, we're doing
last
half.
week's lasagna.
We're doing half price because
It was from last night.
you know I
Well, that's like in grocery stores when you buy, like when you go see the fruit and it's like that fruit platter and it's more expensive than regular fruit. That's old fruit getting old, and they just chopped it up and make like here's a fruit platter. And you pay 10 times more for
they do it at
strawberries and blueberries.
They do it at Lidl with all of like the meats. If any meat is within like 2 or 3 days of expiring, they put 30% off sticker on it.
Really?
So you look, it's like it'll expire in 2 days. So it's like, I'll just
But
grab
you're
a cookie
saying they
tonight.
do the opposite. They put it in the platter and charge
They
you.
up-
Yeah, like
they
you go to
upsell.
Stop and Shop and like right by the aisles, there's all that fruit platters and stuff, and it's like $20. It's all expiring fruit. So instead of throwing it out and losing money, they chop it up and just say,
and
here.
they charge more.
And they charge more for
You're
it.
saying they charge less,
I was saying they charge. I
which
mean,
is the
right way to do it.
Well,
You know,
that happened when a couple of years ago we did our taxes in the Bronx, and the famous GNR Deli is right across the
Yeah.
street. And we got there like 4:30, and we ordered a couple of sandwiches, and they gave us a shit ton of food. And they're like, hey, you want this food? And we're like, nah, we're gonna like, no, it's free. Like you can take it. And we're like, oh shit, all right. And they gave us like pastas and then chicken
Give it-
cutlets
yeah,
and all
give
this
it
shit.
out.
It's
lot
a
of
good
people
place
don't
to
do
get
that,
some
though.
free
Oh, bro, you
stuff.
kidding me? I was fired up. I walk home, I was like, well, all this food. I said, it's from
Didn't
GNR.
serve.
see-
We
you
didn't
now?
serve.
You
Yeah.
see Joe Rogan? Joe Rogan gave him a lot of love.
Oh
JNR.
yeah, he loves that spot.
it's
Oh,
good
that's
stuff.
the guys that brought in the sandwiches to the.
Yeah, and they named one after him and everything.
Yeah,
That's
they're
pretty
they're
cool.
and you go there and it's just a small little deli. It's not like this big, Long Island deli that's huge square footage. It's like a little deli and they got a little spot, but they're
There's usually the ones that hit,
Yeah,
man.
they're super famous.
See,
Yeah,
I would do it. Just give because it's gonna go to waste. What we do at a lot of our waste now is we'll the food waste we put it in a Ziploc bag in the freezer, and we give it to our friends who have chickens. Use it as chicken feed.
Oh, there you go.
I'm like, I'll make a deal with you. I'll give you all the chicken feed you need. You give me
Yeah,
eggs
all the
every
eggs.
time. Gives me a carton of eggs every time. I hand him a bag of chicken feed. He gives me a carton of eggs because he has like
barter.
he's got like 5 or 6 of them, so he's getting 5 a day.
Yeah,
So he's getting 35 eggs a week. He goes, I can't eat them all. I was like, shit, give me that. I eat 3 eggs a day. I'll take that. So it's
Real
like-
deal organic.
and they're
shit.
like they're so organic that you got to wash them before you cook
Start
them.
growing some feathers.
But the thing, what's wild though, and I didn't notice.
I
is
don't
that-
think I've ever had like a
Dude, they're
legit fresh.
totally
Oh,
different.
we did. Remember,
Dude.
Mommy used to have the chickens in the yard.
Oh, that's right.
They're
yeah.
totally different, and I didn't notice. But when the egg comes out of the chicken, it has a coating on it. protective coating for the egg. So when you get the egg right out the chicken, you don't have to. You could leave it on the counter for a while, and it won't go bad but when you cook, you
like
have
a membrane.
Like it's like a membrane.
Yeah.
That you have to then wash off before you. It's not like a gross, but it's like a protective coating.
Well, I mean,
sure.
it is a
It's like
chicken.
a baby.
Yeah.
Like a
No,
baby
but yeah, but
in
I'm
a
like,
sack.
dude, that's freaking wild.
Yeah.
But
That's wild.
We use all, and they love it. Like, there's certain things you can't give them. Like, you can't give them garlic or onions or something. But like everything else, all the lettuce, all the banana, let's just throw it all in a bag if we're not using it, and then you let it thaw, and then you throw it on the floor, and they love it. Eat it up, man. I'm like,
what color's the yolk? Because I know they're like
orange, like dark,
Yeah,
dark.
that's a
And
good
there's
That's
you
a
could
good
definitely.
egg.
Well, I was
you could
pissed off
definitely
at
tell
one of the egg brands that I would buy because once I had my daughter, we bought like all the fucking pasteurized, organic, non this, non that, and I forgot the brand name. I'm sure we all bought it.
It has like the black lettering.
Yeah, the black lettering. And it was like $13 for a.
Is it in a plastic
That's the one I
container?
got.
No, it's in a regular paper container, but then there's like a paper cover over it. I forgot the name, but they were known to be like super good and all organic and blah blah. Blah. And then just
now
recently, it came out like they use like soy oils and shit like that. And like you look at the stores and they're like, no, like all the eggs are gone, regular eggs, and those are still on the shelf and they're going for like $1.
A lot of the good products are good until they're not.
Yeah.
They get greedy and they start.
And
changing.
That's how I feel. It's like
They were great in the beginning.
yeah, and I feel like with this day and age, you can't trust anything anymore just because it says it on the label. It's like you want to trust it, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like, is it really?
It just goes to show you that like the when you're in that like that farming thing, like it's like when people like your product, it's hard to do it the right way for so many people.
Yeah, to mass produce it.
Yeah, to mass produce it. That's the problem I think the whole United States has.
Yeah.
Well, that's where that whole machine farming, like the industrial farming, comes in because they want to produce it for everybody.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you got a business, you got a brand. Let me put the money behind it and let's just make it fast.
Well, you know what it becomes? It's the convenience of you want eggs. Like if you were to do it like the old-fashioned way, if you want eggs, you go to your local farmer to get eggs. Your local farmer can probably supply enough eggs for his local community, but people don't want that. They want the convenience of I can just go to this store and get everything that I want all right here. In order for that to happen, they have to do this huge industrial farming to be able to mass produce to ship it out everywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
But if you just go to your local farmer, like if I just go to
What
my
happens
buddy,
if the crop is bad? Let's just say you're screwed.
what I find really interesting too is so when you go to the store and you get a carton of eggs, they're all exactly the same. But when I get eggs from my buddy, they're all different.
Oh, really?
Every
Different
single
colors, right?
different. There's blue, there's pink, there's white. They're all
really?
different,
Get outta
different
here.
sizes because he's got a bunch of different chickens, and they all pop out a different egg. Some of
Wow.
them big, some of them small,
Oh,
different
shit.
colors.
Because isn't like salmon not supposed to be pink or something like that,
And
right?
they dye it. Or
Yeah.
some shit?
It's not as bright as it's supposed to.
And then
Yeah.
I just saw one of my favorite candies, Reese's peanut butter cups.
Has no peanut butter in it, right?
No, it's not no peanut butter. For the in one of my office in Greenwich, they always have Reese's in there, and I have no discipline, so I'm always. But last few years, I'm like, these fucking things taste like shit. Like they taste chalky. It doesn't taste good.
Did you notice that not just with those, with all candy?
Oh, hold on, I have a point here.
Okay.
So I know I'm like, these Reese's taste different. Then I start seeing on social media that everyone else thinks Reese's peanut butter cups taste different. And then the grandson of Reese's chocolate was like, yeah, they switched the ingredients to mass produce it to, with a little cheaper ingredients so it tastes different. And that's like this whole big thing now.
Dude, I'm convinced that they do that. They've done that with everything. Because there's been stuff that I'm like, it doesn't taste the way it did as a kid.
Like
Bro,
overnight,
McDonald's, people are like, oh, McDonald's back in the day. I'm like, yeah, well, McDonald's was different in the 90s. They didn't put half the shit in it, and you can eat it. And
You want to know the
relatively
craziest thing, too,
okay.
is you look at stuff now. Look at what's, like, pick anything, right? Cereal. Pick a box of a cereal. Look at what's in the cereal in America versus what's in Europe.
It's a big difference.
Dude, because
Even the ketchup.
Dude,
Oh,
it's same
bro,
thing. You look
Heinz,
at
fuck Heinz now.
They have a list of ingredients of all the ingredients that can be in food, and in Europe it's like 500, and it hasn't changed for 100 years. That's what can be in it. There's no more. That's it. Over here in America, it's like well into the thousands, 5,000 different ingredients.
Everything here is about money, though.
What
How
I got to give.
How fast can we do something to make the most profit?
Profit,
In other countries, they care for each other.
Yeah.
You go to
What I got-
Europe, nobody's
I got to.
fat. And how much their bread and butter and fucking pasta they're eating over there.
Oh,
you know,
it's unbelievable.
and
And
over
then,
here, look at we're fucking.
I mean, half of America is obese.
Yeah,
You know, it's a reason for that.
I gotta give Cali a little credit, even though I feel like they're like on a nosedive. But they supposedly in their supermarkets they label the stuff that are bad. They have to put by law a label on the stuff that has all the bad stuff in it.
so is it like 90% of the
Yeah,
store?
well, that, you know, you know who told me that?
you gotta buy this book with this meat.
Vin's sister went, and he said that she brought back a bunch of healthy stuff, and she sent them pictures, and she's like, it's all slapped.
And
on
now
it.
I look at every food now, and I look at the ingredients list. And if I see it like this big, I'm like, fuck it. Like I was in my office the other day, and they had
the less the better.
The less the better. They had like muffins or cupcakes. Usually I'll be like, oh, fuck it, let me grab one. Right on the label of the cupcake, the ingredients is right in the front. It's like this thick. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not eating those fucking things. Why is it bioengineered cupcake? It's like milk, eggs, and fucking sugar. Why is it so complicated?
You want to know what's something crazy is, like, to your point where it's like everything is just about making money. If you ever look at the way a supermarket is laid out, so if you look at the way it's laid out, most every supermarket, the produce section, right? It's all like below eye level. You can see over it, right? It's all open, and if you go along the outskirts, then you have the butcher, right? Then you have the dairy section, then you have like the bread section over here, and you can come out. But all of the aisles in the middle are above eye level. They're all height because they're designed to make you get lost in that, because that's where all the shit is, the garbage that they want you to purchase because they make the most money on it. So, like, if you're going into the store, if you go into one of the aisles, you have to kind of, like,
So true.
come back past another aisle.
It's
Or if, like, you
strategic.
can't see where you are, so, okay, I got to get out of it. I got to go to the next aisle. So they want you to, like, get trapped in that middle aisle.
It's like
And it
a
works.
maze.
And it
Oh,
works.
it works, bro. I mean,
And if you look
everything.
at the aisle, the most expensive items are eye level.
So true. They fight for that.
Every eye level is the most expensive item
That's
because
right.
that's where
Right
you're
there.
looking like this.
That's right.
everything
nuts,
everything
man.
has a like. He's the one who told me about casinos. If
Yep.
you ever realize casinos, there's no paths that give you, everything is a circle. There's no right angles, so you don't like. They don't want people making decisions when they walk. They just want to keep in a circle. They just want to keep
continu-
a
continuing.
You
There's
ever
no,
want-
there's no clocks.
And
There's
they're
no
pumping
windows.
oxygen.
That's
pumping
so-
oxygen.
You ever wonder?
That's
You ever
so
wonder in a
true.
casino why it's so hard to find the cash out cage? Right? You ever like, oh, I got to cash out my chips. Where's the
Never
kid?
they don't
thought
want
You
you
about
to
never
do that.
freaking find it.
Yeah,
You know
they-
why? Because they don't want you to.
Do that, yeah.
They want you to go in circles. And you're like, I'm just going to bet
But
it.
it's like the
Play again.
simplest things. Like they don't want to include right angles, so they don't want you to think about turning. They want you to just keep
Like,
going.
There's no
get
dude,
confused.
dude, take it one step.
Right, right. That's my
take
question.
It,
That guy's
take
a
it one
genius.
step further. There's no clocks. There's no windows because they don't want you to know the time. They want you to stay in there. And did you know that slot machines, the jackpot sound is designed to be pleasurable to the ear? There's a certain
very
so in
pleasurable.
music, so in music, there's major notes and then there's major keys and minor keys. Okay,
So
and
true.
minor keys. If you have a song that's in a minor key, it sounds a little bit more emotional. It's a little bit more sad. If you have a song that's in a major key, it sounds upbeat and happy. So all of the slot machines, their jackpots are written in major. They have major keys, major notes in them, so that they sound happy, so that they trigger the happiness. Oh, I'm going to go to the slot machine. It's never in like a sad tone.
Bro, whoever thought of that is that's
It's
super
nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah,
Even
that's
like colors, like Target is red, and red is supposedly a color to make you spend money.
Yeah, there's all
It's
psychological shit.
It's all design.
That's engineer.
man.
That's
It's
engineering.
Yeah.
Right? Would that fall on?
Yeah, I would. That would be boiled down to engineering, 100%.
Of course.
Everything has a
Psychology.
reason.
Is it wild when you think of it
Yeah.
like that?
Bro, that's wild.
I mean, with cars, signs, everything. Everything is emotionally,
Presentation.
about how just like products. You look at a product and it's pink and orange and yellow, and it's like, ooh, this is like fun. Like I remember being a kid.
the vapes. Look at the
Yeah.
vapes.
My youngest
They got
brother.
sued for that.
My youngest brother loved anything that was like high, vibrant colors, pink cotton candy, a vibrant blue, candy canes or whatever. He would always pick like those very attracting colors because it's like
The TV shows.
the TV shows. Yeah.
It's
Oh yeah.
wild, man.
That's a whole other thing with kids
Coco
and
Melon,
stuff.
look at that shit, bro.
Oh yeah.
That shit
dude.
is
I
vibrant.
get sucked
Bro,
into that.
one day I'm on my
Ever sit there and
couch.
watch
I was
you get sucked into that.
Bro, I was in the living room like watching my son and just like hanging out, bro. And I look at the TV and bro, I just got glued. I had to like snap myself out of it. I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I've been watching this for like the past 10 minutes.
It's true.
Yo, it just sucks
I
you
try
right
not
in.
to let him. We don't let him watch it because that stuff is like, You get them; they get glued to it. They're like,
my daughter only watches the old Disney movies, Sleeping Beauty, Little Mermaid, like all the shit. So, and it's a big difference because I watch it. I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna watch it. But like, what my wife tells me is that back in the day, there's like a storyline. So like, you know where it finishes, and there's like you can pick and point. Now it's just a matter of like all the kids stuff now is about vibrant colors, changing the scenes, just keeping you glued and glued. Where the Disney movies is just one continuing scene.
There's a study about that. If you and we're gonna end it soon, but there's a study about the cartoons over the years, and if you look at the colors of cartoons from like the 90s, the 50s, the 90s, and now, if you look at the colors, they're way brighter now than they are. And now, granted, that's technology as well, but the other thing is they did a study on the length of time per change of scene.
Big deal.
Right? So back in the 50s,
the attention span was
just like they had a scene and it was the characters were in the scene and they stayed on the scene and they might have like panned this way or panned that way. But it was like 5 seconds,
100%.
6 seconds, 8 seconds before they would cut to a different scene. Now it's less than a second.
Yep.
They're like scene, cut.
Songs.
So you're just like this. You're like, I always think of it like, you ever see those movies where it's like the humans are being controlled by, and they're sitting in a thing with this big screen that's just like flashing. I go, that's what we're turning into.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah.
Anyway, so remember I said how we're going to look down, it's going to be 15 minutes, and we're going to look up. It's 2 hours. It's 2 hours.
Yeah, 4:45. It's 6:44.
2
It
hours.
just flows. It's cool.
That's what it's about, bro.
It's 2 hours.
I don't even know what we talked about. I don't even know what we talked about.
We'll find out when it releases.
Yeah, I'll find out. People look at me like, hey, man, I like that part where you talked about this. I'm like, I don't remember that. But, yeah, it was a good part we talked about for sure.
So.
But, yeah, we're coming to the end here, gentlemen. So what we like to give you guys and everyone that's watching, listening, is kind of like the red carpet without putting it in your own home. Lay out the red carpet for you guys.
The fresh red carpet, not the garbage one.
Yeah, not the garbage one. Lay out the red carpet where you guys can plug away. Phone numbers, social medias, whatever you want to do where people can find you guys, get in contact, anything that you want to free advertise, plug away, my friend. The floor is yours.
Well, you can find us at Silverback Contracting, LLC on Instagram. That's pretty much all we have. I kind of suck with the marketing when it came down to it, but
you only need one, really. If you focus on the one platform, I think.
And even that I slack off because it's hard to maintain it. But Instagram, Silverback Contracting, LLC. If you want to reach us, we're there. Our number's there. Emails are there.
That's it,
man. One-stop shop. Yes. That's the only location. Go there. You guys have a website, or is it just Instagram?
Website, I had it up for a little while. We took it down. We had it up. We took it down, and I forgot about it.
Just call. Word of advice: if you guys put up a website, minimalistic. From an insurance perspective, don't put up risky shit. Yeah. Because they look at that shit and they say, "Nah, fuck these guys."
Yo, they went into my stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just want to plug. I've been in a new business space now with the property damage stuff. So if you guys need a public adjuster, just follow. Well, my cell phone number is 917-410-4888. I'm licensed by the Department of Finance to represent the insured against their insurance company. So basically act like a lawyer to get you the fair settlement of your property damage.
Love it.
Shout out.
Love it.
Well, gents, appreciate you guys coming out from Staten Island.
Thank you for having us, man.
And it's been a great last 2 hours. As we like to, I got a little bit of coffee left. I don't want to cheers. We can't cheers with water, but we like to say cheers, chin chin, and salute. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bomb.